There we go. Got the cam set up. All right. Let's see. So yesterday, after I made all that Spirited Away artwork, it got me really inspired because I was drawing No Face, and it made me think about how. Where do I have it? One sec. I was drawing No Face, and it was making me think about how fun he would be to model because he's just kind of like, or it's like just a cylinder with a face, and it seemed pretty doable. And then I thought about how if I did that, then I can have a little 3D model. I don't know, seems pretty easy enough. All right, I see Mugen in here. I see Lana. Oh, we got the new ones. We got the new ones. They're just at our house. So, yeah. I was maybe gonna think about like how to get them for you. But yeah, we have them. You're all good. We just gotta get them to you somehow. Unhide my face. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I was looking at I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm actually expecting someone, so waiting for that. Before I start. I was actually trying to figure out how to make masks in 3D, and yeah, this is kind of how it looks, how the final looks at least. I think that looks pretty good. I also wanted to give him, or give it, some hands, because it doesn't have it. This one doesn't have hands, and I thought it'd be cool to have a version with like hands that are rigged. So let me actually see. I'm gonna try a different background. I want like a cloudy background. Something that kind of makes sense. Oh yeah, that kind of looks good. looks so weird like that. You like the fading? Yeah, it looks like it does look like a ghost. He has like that's kind of how he looks. So if I pull up something, there's like this image of from the anime. That's what he really looks like. Just like a floating mask on a weird ghost body, and then he's got these like little hands. And I thought it would be cool to try to make the little hands too. I want to try making that, but this is kind of how it's kind of creepy, a little bit creepy, but it's what it looks like. And it just kind of like floats. So I thought like here's another one of just like the hands. Hands are kind of like the mask, the hands and the body of it kind of changes over time. But that is how it looks. And I thought it'd be cool to try to add some hands. So let me do that. Let me jump into trying to make the hands. I'm gonna start with just like a person, like a, I don't know if I have something like that. I guess I can take this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna take this guy. Use his hands. I'm gonna rip his arms off of him and take them for myself. Yes, exactly like that. Yeah. Cool. So I'm basically just gonna take the whole body and remove the whole body except for the hands. How's your weekend been? You guys just hanging out? Staying inside? It's gonna look a little bit silly. I just want to smooth out like all these. This is like a bunch of t-shirt material. I want to just smooth it out. So smooth vertices, yeah. I'm just gonna duplicate this material and use that instead. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna use this for the ham and make a different one for hands. Okay, that's kind of getting there. I just want it to be on the edge of his hands, not on the. That's kind of like it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Alright, there we go, we're getting somewhere. Okay. Alright. Okay, cool. So now I can take this guy and put him over here and give him hands. Oh, that's so silly. That looks so funny. Oh, this is cool. That looks so cool. Alright, let's pose him a little bit. Let's make him look like he's offering something. This is actually kind of cool. Oh, I didn't expect this to like work out actually so well. So yeah. Look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? He's got hands now. And like you can kind of see them inside, which is like the best part. Like that makes it even more ghostly. You can kind of see his hands through the shape. Oh, that's so cool. I want to try to make it look like his hands are like cupping like this. So then he looks like he's holding something. So, okay. Hey, what's up, Muhammad? What you up to on this fine Saturday evening, or whatever time it is for you? Also, where are you coming from? You've been following me on YouTube? Is it Insta? Somewhere else? Discord? Anything like that? Just curious. Oh, 3 a.m. Oh my god, I respect it. Oh wait, isn't this like a move right here? Isn't this a move? Why you always? Hold on. This is funny. Why you always gotta be like that? I watch your vids. You're underrated as heck. Oh, thanks, dude. I feel like I'm fairly rated. I feel like I'm fairly rated. I'm just kind of not consistent, so I don't post like every week and every day. So this month is I'm trying to stream every day, and I'm trying to do like Inktober, which if you follow my Insta or any of the past live streams, I'm just like doing like grease pencil drawings. But hopefully this will kind of help the channel out and also help me out, you know, help me find a way to be consistent and yeah, get better at that. Oh man, your stuff is insanely good. You're actually kind of inspiration. Oh, that's so awesome to hear, man. That really means a lot. Are you also an artist, or are you looking to make like are you like educating people, or like what's your thing? What do you how am I inspiring you? Or at least in what way? But I just started learning Blender to develop sci-fi stuff in it. Oh, awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool people making. There's a lot of really cool sci-fi stuff in Blender. A ton. So it's nice to hear that I've managed to come across your page and like inspire you, because I know there's so much sci-fi stuff out there. And yeah, my thing is that I just want to make you feel like it's doable, you know, because 3D and sci-fi is like such a crazy topic, such a crazy theme, and it can be so complicated, and it sometimes is complicated. But that's just kind of like my approach to educating and creating content, is like I don't like trying to make it feel like valid if you're struggling, or if it's not easy. It's not easy, first of all, and then second of all, how can we make it easy? You know, sometimes you look at like a really complicated scene or a really complicated building or a shape, and it looks like you don't even know where to start. But it's always helpful if somebody can just help you break it down into like really simple shapes, and then you can see like, okay, I can make a square, or I can make a cube, and then go from there. Like, okay, what can you add next? Let's add some windows, let's add some stuff. And yeah, 3D modeling and making artwork always, I think, it reasonably feels like really tough to do. But if you can have somebody help you kind of calm you down, they'd be like, it's all right, let's look at this together. Like, what's the basic shape that we see? What are the basic colors? And you kind of just bring everything down to like low poly level, like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 graphics. And then you kind of build from there. But yeah, it's been cool. I've been seeing people use like my 3D stuff, my assets that I give away for free. And that's also why I give them away for free, because some people just have like an idea and they want to do something, but it's hard to, like, you get stuck because you're like, I have this idea, but now I have to slowly make everything for like 2-3 months, and then I can actually work on it. But if I can help get you there sooner, then that's even better. Then you get to make your cool artwork, and there's more artwork out there. Your building videos are what really got me actually get started with Blender. Awesome. That's really good to hear. That's actually like, that's good to hear. That's exactly why I make content. That's exactly the whole goal, is to, inspire people to do it, and then also show them that it's not so difficult. And if it is difficult, then it just means that the hardest part about 3D is that it just takes time. It just takes time. But you can learn everything. You can learn all the tools and all the shortcuts and all that stuff. It just takes time. And so that's the part that kind of, I think, can get really frustrating. Like I'm posing this guy's hand right now, and I'm trying to make it look like this. Like I'm trying to make this pose. And so I have to just, piece by piece, move everything together, and have to look at my own hands. And it's like, once it's done, it's gonna look good if I take my time. But the other thing is that, let's see, what am I trying to say? Once it's done, it's gonna look good because I'm gonna take my time doing it. So I just have to take my time, which is not something you can't really like cheat that, I guess. You just have to do it slowly and you'll get it. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like looking at my hand. I'm like, okay, what are my fingers actually doing? So it looks like the pinky and the index finger kind of come inwards. So they go like that. So I have to bring this finger like past the middle finger. Bring everything together. And I have to bend this one even more inside. Also this one. Like that. If I can do one hand, I think I can do the others. And They all need to bend. Like that. What's up, Motto? Motto the CC. I like it. Greetings from Uruguay. I'm learning Blender. I love it. Oh, that's so awesome to hear. Uruguay. Wow, that's so cool. And you're learning Blender. When did you start learning it, or when did you first download it? And what inspired you to download it? Patience is key in 3D modeling. Yeah, for sure. Muhammad, if you one of the things I like to do is I like to just model stuff that's in my office. So for example, let me make my video a little bit bigger so you can see here. And I'm gonna move this over. So for example, like this headphone case, these are just like little headphones. If you look at this shape, really, it's like if you just try to take away all the crazy like stuff, all the stuff that makes it look fancy, this is just like a rectangle and a rectangle. So it's a rectangle. It's like a squished rectangle. And then you would take these edges here, and then you'd bevel them, and then you'd get this round shape. And then on the other side, you take all these corners and you bevel them as well, and then you're kind of done. You have the basic shape. So that's what I like to model stuff that's in my house, because I can look at it and I can hold it in my hand and I can think about, okay, what is this actual shape? This is a cylinder. This is just a cylinder, and you get a cylinder, you extrude, and then the point, you just bring that part down like together. And then you kind of have a pen. And then you have the basic shape, and you can start to make loop cuts and squish it and form it and all that stuff. And then you're kind of done. So I always like to look at stuff and think about what is its basic shape. Let me look. Even something like complicated like a charger, this is just a square if you really think about it. Like, it's so simple. And then you just kind of bevel the corners and the edges, and it's like surprising how straightforward a lot of the objects around us are. So kind of just, they're like almost all squares and rectangles or cylinders. It's really, everything is kind of made out of squares, cylinders, and rectangles, just different sizes. So you're saying, if you were to go back in time and change one thing while you were learning Blender, then what would it be? What it would be is probably reach out for help more often. And that's probably what I would do, is because one of the hardest things about learning any art or program or anything like that is when you're learning, you're not thinking about like what you don't know, because you don't know what, you don't know anything. So you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you know already. You don't know if there's a faster way to do something or anything like that. So I would, it's kind of two parts, right? It's like, how do you know what questions to ask if you don't know what you don't know? But I think I was just too afraid to I was afraid to look dumb or something. So I didn't ask for a lot of help. I just Googled everything. But because I didn't know what to look up, I had a harder time learning, and it took longer to learn. But now what's cool is that there's a lot of like Discord communities and like just communities on the internet, like subreddit, like all of these different places where you can, forums and stuff where you can learn. So I would have probably tried to find a place, like a community, as many as I could, just so I can ask those really early simple questions. Like what's awesome, there's a Blender Discord server that I'm in. I think it's just called Blender Official. And there was a guy in there that was like really new, and he didn't know anything about Blender, but he had this like crazy model that he downloaded from like the internet with like a rig and everything. And somebody just jumped into a call with him one-on-one and was explaining to him step by step like how to do everything, like, you know, for free, not like, you know, not charging him or anything like that. So once I saw that, I was like, dang, you can really learn very fast if you just like look for somebody to help you. So that's what I would say. I mean, YouTube videos are good, but sometimes in the YouTube video they'll do something, or they'll skip a step, or just their UI looks different than yours, or they'll have an add-on that you don't have and they don't mention it. Stuff like that can really get in the way of learning, especially very early on before you even know the program. I've followed many tutorials where I'm doing something and then they're like, okay, now it should do this, and then mine does the opposite. And then I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. This video is like 3 years old. Who do I ask? How do I get help? So that's super, super frustrating. And that's one thing that I'm trying to do, like, as I continue to make educational content, trying to consider that. I think in my earlier videos, I wasn't really thinking about that as much. So I get a lot of comments like, hey, how'd you do that thing? Or, you know, and I just didn't even realize I did something. So being aware of that as a teacher is really good, because as a student, that can be really, that can make a difference in whether you feel like you're learning something and you get the confidence, versus you feel like you're not learning something and you start to feel insecure and like you're dumb, or like you're never going to figure this out. Let's see. It looks complex at first, but if you break it down into easier, more smaller shapes, it becomes easier to make. Yeah, I agree, for sure. That's actually amazing advice, because yeah, it's true. If you ask more experienced people, it wouldn't really degrade you or anything. It'll just be more beneficial and also allow you to learn more. There is a bit of a challenge, like sometimes if you ask a professional who's like busy, or some artist that you really admire, if you want to ask them a basic question, they may not have time to answer, and they don't know what you don't know. Like, I get questions sometimes in DMs like, hey, how do I create this character in 3D? And then I'll respond like, you know, just sculpt it or something, but they don't even know what sculpting is, or they don't even know what Blender is. You know, like, as soon as I realize, oh, they really don't know anything, then I would say, go find a community where there's more people and they can dedicate more time to teach you this stuff. Or I would just link them a video, like a whole YouTube series that's like very basic, how to learn Blender from the beginning. So that's like one thing that can be challenging if you're new, is like who to ask. But I think that finding a community where there's people and they're kind of ready, and there's like, you know, there's like voice channels or video or anything like that, where somebody can just take time out of their day to help you, that can be a lot more helpful than just like asking a random person on like Instagram. So yeah, I guess look for people to ask that are in a place where it seems like they would be willing to help you, versus just like a random person that's that you like, but doesn't mean that they'll even care to help you. So try to find kind of places where helping is part of the reason why people are there. Thank you so much for all the advice, man. I really appreciate it. It's getting quite late. Yeah, for sure. It's 3 a.m., dude. Go to sleep. Good luck with your Blender stuff. Hopefully I can catch you another time that's better. Have an amazing day, man. It's nice. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. Not perfect, but I'm trying. Yeah, if you're probably gone, but just for anyone out there, if you're ever curious about something, or if you want to know like how to do something specific, feel free to reach out. I'll help any way I can, if I can. And if it's general enough, if it's a general enough question, I can try making a video about it. So that's kind of one of the benefits about my channel and it being young and small and everything like that, is that I can make some content specific to specific problems or issues if you have them. And it's kind of like the nice thing about being a small channel like this. Luther King listening. Sky COTL. What does COTL stand for? Sky. I'm curious what that game is. Okay, the wrist really has to bend a lot like this. Sky Children of the Light. Ooh. What kind of game is that? Sounds like a cool name for a game. Sounds like it'd be. I'm thinking like side scroll or 2D, but I could be wrong. Seems like an indie game name. Popular in Asia. The best flying mechanic I've experienced. Oh snap! Is it like a realistic like airplane, or is it just like characters that are flying around? Non-toxic social game. Okay, that's good. Those are rare. Those are very rare, for sure. Makers of Journey. Damn. Okay, that game is good. That sounds like a really good game. I'll have to check that out. That sounds fun. Especially that it's non-toxic. That's the best. It's like hang gliding. Wait, is this the new game that came out? Where I think I might have seen trailers for this. You have like a thing, like a glider, right? And then you have like a big fantasy kind of. It looks kind of like Zelda. Okay, never mind. It's 5 years old. There's a new game that looks like kind of like that. It made me think of that. You fly with a cape. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm thinking about a different game. Because there's a game I saw a trailer for that looked like it looked kind of like in Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I think, or one of them, where you fly with like a glider, and it kind of looks like that art style a little bit too. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out while you're playing your game, dude. I appreciate that. Kiki Jewel. Kiki's delivery service. Wait, I wonder if I can just... is there a way I can like copy all of this? No. Wait. There's probably a way. I'm just not going to know it. I'm not going to figure it out. I'll just try to do this a little bit faster. Oh. Professional modeler in the 90s, catching up with Blender, so lots to learn. Oh, so what were you, like a Maya user mostly? Softimage. Yep, Maya. So why aren't you just going into Maya now? Is it like a cost thing? Because Maya does seem pretty nice if you know it already. Also, oh, money. Yeah. Also, the industry seems to favor Blender now. Am I wrong? I'm not in the industry that deep, but I know some people in the industry, I guess. And I think it's used in some part of the production, but it's not like, I think I would wager it's probably used either by smaller teams because of that price point, and also teams that are, or like productions that are willing to be like stylized in some sense, or try stuff that's a little bit more stylized. But I feel like it's also used for like concept art, so it's probably used for like early pre-production stuff. I don't know if it's used for like full production. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know. I could see it being used in some part because like it is free and it's open, and like studios can make their own like version of it for whatever they need. So I could see it being used in some part, at least. Probably helps to learn it. One thing I have been noticing is that for 3D positions in the industry, they'll put Blender in the like parentheses of everything else. So you can say like, it'll say like have to know this program, and then like have to know like Cinema 4D, Maya, and then they'll say Blender. And I used to never really see Blender as included in with other programs there. It used to not really be mentioned. So I think that's pretty good, you know? Gives Blender artists more opportunities. Cause it's kind of true, like if you know Blender, you can at least learn other 3D programs a little bit faster. So you said that you're a professional modeler from the 90s and you're catching up with Blender. So have you been making 3D artwork since then, or did you like take a break at some point and then now you're trying to get back into the whole game? Like my days of working at a big company are over, so I'm thinking freelance indie. Yeah. That sounds like, yeah. I mean, if you're going freelance, it totally makes sense to learn Blender. And you're probably going to find more people if you're trying to like assemble a team of other freelancers and stuff. You're definitely going to find more that know Blender than other programs, so that's kind of beneficial. Like if you were to make a small team of 3D artists and you're like, you guys need to know Blender, you're more likely to find those instead of artists that know like more expensive programs, I think, for those reasons, for like the cost. True. What kind of stuff were you working on like professionally? Were you like was it video games? Was it movies? Was it commercials? Just curious. Film and animation. Oh, cool. So it was. Would it be fair to be like to say that it was like animation, like CG animation, and then film being like VFX and stuff? Games is a big shift, but seems more broad. Yeah, I think that with like Unreal and Unity, being free, or used to be free, you would see a lot more indie games because just the accessibility was there to spend like 3 years on a game, not make any money, and then put it out and hopefully make something off of it. Like Unreal definitely helped in that. And the way that I think Unreal helped game developers, like indie game developers, start making games and just put them out there, to me feels like Blender is the same thing but for like animation and filmmakers. Because it's free, it's accessible, and yeah, it just makes it gives you like the budget, or it gives you the, you don't have a budget. I can't buy a car and pay to go be on location somewhere, but I can do all of that in Blender. And I think it's made even easier by the fact that there are people, I would say even like myself, who are giving stuff away for free constantly. So like if you kind of come from the Blender community, if you learn Blender, you realize it's free, and then Blender themselves gives stuff away for free all the time, and then you see all these other like Polyhaven, all these other teams and companies that are also in that same mindset of giving stuff away for free. You basically cultivate like a community of artists that are jumping into Blender, learning it faster because everything in that community is free, and then they return the favor by giving back their own free stuff that they make with Blender. So it's like this constantly growing, expanding thing of new people learning Blender faster because there's free resources, and then they get better, and then they give back, and then it's like this. Yeah, that's one of the things I think that makes Blender so unique and more better as a community, the people in it. You also get people who are just generally like, I think, nicer and have patience and are a little bit even more like obsessed with it in a sense, because there's so many ways to do things in it that they're like, oh yeah, you can do it this way, what about this way? And it's, yeah, can get overwhelming, but also can be really inspiring and helpful. Because you can ask like, hey, how do I do this thing? Like, well, there's not really a way to do that, but you could do it this way, and then get close. And then I think when people are able to give back to the community that helped build them, they feel good. At least I do. I worked at Pixar. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's so wholesome. Ancient times. Well, you were working at Pixar. You were doing some of the very early like animation stuff that helped, build all of this stuff that we have now. So you were kind of a pioneer if you think about it. And Jordan layout off and built real sculpture for a while. Ooh, that's fun. Family life stuff. You did real sculpting. Did you use was it like water-based, oil-based? I did sculpting in my when I was in college and high school. That was really fun. Yeah, it seems like an amazing community. Seems like an amazing community making games. For sure. Yeah, I did a lot of 3D. I did a lot of sculpting when I was in high school, and at that time I was like, I saw myself as a traditional artist, but I didn't ever think that I would be learning. I didn't ever think then that I would be a 3D artist. I didn't associate those two things together. I was like, no, I'm gonna be a concept artist. That's gonna be my thing. And it's just crazy to think that ended up being actually a 3D artist. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna save that. That looks really good. I wasn't sure if that was gonna come together or not, but wow, that looks, I'm glad I put that little bit of time into it because that really looks good now. I'm gonna bring it forward a little. Weird. Let me set the origin to geometry. Oh, okay. Wow, looks awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I was just rigging these fingers like one at a time, man. It was kind of tedious. But somebody was in here earlier, and I was telling them about how with 3D, it really just takes time. Like what you're working on just takes time, and it's not really like with drawing. Drawing is hard, and it's hard to do it well, because even if you do it slowly, doesn't mean you're gonna do it well. But with 3D, you have the advantage, or it can look better if you take your time with it. Like you move one thing at a time, like one polygon at a time, you'll eventually get it into the place where you need it to be. But with drawing, just because you draw like one stroke at a time doesn't mean you're gonna get to where you need it to be. So I definitely think I have a 2D background, so I personally think that 3D is easier than 2D, but it's just different. It can be it's more technical, like more math and stuff. So if you're not good at math, which most artists probably aren't, I know I wasn't. Now I'm being faced with learning math, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to learn math. I became an artist so that I wouldn't have to learn math. Are you rigging it in this pose? Yeah, I'm trying to rig it into this like offering hand pose. And I'm just kind of looking at my own hands. I keep putting my hands together and looking at it. But let's look at it rendered. So here's kind of the idea. It's this. Have you ever seen Spirited Away? It's a Studio Ghibli movie. You definitely must have heard of it if you worked at Pixar. Building in the real world is great for, yes, totally. Just like drawing from like, that's why I think they make you draw like still lifes and stuff, because you can, it's good like you can look at the object right there and like see what shape it is. My name is, well, I don't know, it could be coincidence, who knows, you know? That's what I'm just saying. I made that connection, but I wasn't sure if that was on purpose. Who knows? No, this looks great. Thank you. So I'm gonna try to do the I was over here messing with the shaders, getting the hands to be like all dark and stuff. And next I want to kind of give him like the little gold nuggets that he offers. I think they're like gold coins, but I don't remember. Inside. Yeah, here we go. I just love this. I love this see-through, semi-see-through texture, the way it turned out. It turned out really good. And I love that you can still kind of see the hands inside. Ooh, I need to adjust it. You can see too much of the geometry. Wait, what if I do object? Kind of see like the geometric edge there. I want to hide that. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, that feels fair. Like a fair middle ground. Okay, go back to lurking. Okay, do your thing. Enjoy your game. Thanks for chatting. Ooh, actually, I think that looks better. That somehow feels right. Ooh. Oh shit, sorry. Okay, let's make the little, I want to make the little golden nugget things. So I'm going to save that. And one thing I want to check is if I parent the skeleton to, I'll leave it alone for now. Put the 3D cursor there. All right. So I think I have an idea on how to make these like little nugget shapes. I'm gonna use an icosphere. I remember them being like, I don't know, like they look like raw metal, like iron ore or something, like liquid little nuggets of metal. So I'm gonna try to go with that shape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a displacement modifier on this. And I'm gonna make it a cloud. Bring the scale of it up. What happens if we have sub? It doesn't look great. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Just had to make it smaller. Yeah, it's kind of like this. Kinda, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's the ticket. Okay, so let's see. Whoa. This just looks cool, like these hands with the shape kind of doing its thing. It just looks cool. Okay, this is kind of, I wanted these. Ooh, whoa. Oh, that looks so like weird and alien and organic. Looks kind of like a peanut. That's a space peanut. Okay, so something like this. It looks so trippy. Yeah, they just gotta be like little nuggets, kinda. I guess like this. So if I just duplicate a bunch, yeah, they all look kind of different. That's what I want. Look at that. When I move it through. Oh, that's so weird. Whoa. They're like dancing. That's super, super weird. Okay, but that is kind of what I want. So I'm gonna plot no. I need to move these away from each other. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, move that away. Move this one away. This is cool. Okay, I think that's kind of a good shape. I'm gonna apply this, and then I'll just like duplicate them. Yeah, these are good. Okay. Okay. It's not the worst thing. But I don't know if I like I'm gonna remesh them. Because I don't like that they were like all triangular. This feels better. Some of these sharp points I'm gonna have to try to get rid of. Okay, there we go. All right, that looks better. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, and they're like quads too, so that's better. All right, I'm gonna separate them all. Separate by loose parts, so then they're all their own little piece of geometry. Then I'm gonna set their origins to the geometry, so that when I rotate them, I can position them piece by piece. Okay, I'm just gonna put them in the hand. I feel like I could do some fancy, like, I could do a fancy little simulation or something, but I'm just gonna do it the hard way. I'm gonna place like a couple of them down, and then I'm going to just copy paste the rest, like duplicate them. Also, they do kind of come out of his hand. I think there's a part where he's going like this, and they're like forming in his hand. So I accidentally like clipped it through the geometry, and it made me think of that. So I'm gonna do Alt D, which duplicates them without actually like adding extra geometry to the scene. So it's like instancing them, and then that way I only have to have a couple unique ones, and they all start to kind of have enough variety, I think. And I can scale them in object mode, but if I scale them in edit mode, they will copy the scale. I don't have to be too careful with them colliding into each other and stuff, but I want to like try to make it look a little bit realistic. Yeah. All right, let's take a couple more. Let's do Alt D, and then just like find a spot for them. I think I can make them smaller, yeah, on individuals. So then there's like a couple of the smaller ones on top. I am expecting somebody today, I think. I think somebody's gonna be joining me on stream, a friend of mine, but I'm not sure when they're coming. Actually, I think having some of the pieces like kind of going through the hand might even look creepier and ghostlier and all that stuff. So Gonna try to go with that. Like there was a part in the movie where he was like replicating so many pieces that they were like falling out of his hand. He just was so desperate. So that was like, maybe I can have some falling down. But I think I can have them kind of clipping through his hand, and I think that wouldn't be like unrealistic in for what we're doing. There's an add-on, I think, that you can just select to drop something and it'll drop it. That could be useful for something like this. But how often do I find myself doing this? I don't know. I might get it though, just to make my life a little bit easier for all the future stuff. Look at that. So now, let me just put them all into a collection just so I can know where they're at. Gold. Okay. And I just need to give one of them a new material, a gold material, and then I can give them all of that material. So, to bring the roughness down, bring the metallic up. Cool. That already looks so good. Look at that. Right? That looks cool. Okay, so then if I, that's the one that I have selected. So if I take all of these and then shift select this one, and then I can press Control L, and that'll link the materials, and they'll all get that material. It's a little bit, looks a little bit too shiny. I bring the roughness up a little bit, or maybe plug like a noise into it. I'm not sure, but that looks so cool. Yeah, like if they were inside of his hand, even that would look really kind of creepy. I actually think I might be able to just, should I join these? I'm not sure. I feel like I could join them. I don't know. Maybe, you know what I can do? I'll do this. I'll instance this collection. So I'll duplicate it again. I'll get the same amount of stuff, but it won't be taking up like memory because it's an instance. So I'm gonna right click on this and say instance to scene. So that just adds like this orange kind of collection. And now I have, wait. Wait, where is it? Hold on. Am I doing something wrong? All the icospheres are in here. Is it because they're not real geometry? Hold on. Instance to scene. I wonder if that's the case. Let me just try something. Okay. Huh. I thought that would do it. Maybe not. I wonder if I have something disabled. It's okay. We'll just have them all be like one piece. And then I'll Alt-D this one. I can kind of do this with this one because they're coming out of his hand, so I can kind of have it like clipping through his hand, and I think that'd be fine. Yeah, we got 6 viewers in here. That's what's up. I like it. If you're lurking, I appreciate you. I do the same thing when I watch other people's content live. I'm just like, I got nothing to say, but I'm gonna be here for the vibes. Appreciate it. Still here. You keep me company. Hey, that's good to hear. I'm happy to do that. Look at that. That looks cool. There's so many now. And they're kind of coming out of his hand and stuff. Ooh, that looks good. That's so cool. I love how that looks too. I was thinking about merging the points, but two. Okay, how does that look? Does that look bad? That doesn't look too bad. Hi, McBlocky. Welcome. I am making No Face, and I just made these little gold pieces. I gave him hands earlier, and now he's got the golden pieces that he offers, which to me always look like cereal. Yeah, there we go. I also have an environment that I was going to put this character in. I love Spirited Away and everything Ghibli. Me too. Except I haven't seen, I think, the last like 3 movies. I've been kind of just going, I'm like going back to see the old ones before the new ones. I think the last new one I saw was like Ponyo or something. But these other ones are just so iconic. I mean, they hold up like immensely. Okay, so we have the gold. Uh-oh. I can bring his hands up a little bit too, if that makes sense. I love the Akira render and how it turned out. I used those videos to learn how to make buildings for my environments. Oh, awesome. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy that they were helpful. Yeah, I have a couple videos on my channel making like buildings and stuff. And there was a point where I think when I started my channel, I made like 1 or 2 building tutorials, and those were doing really well. And then I thought, okay, I don't have to make any more because it's done. And so I just kind of went about my, making more, and they're all kind of like repetitive. You do the same thing to get the same results. But I found people, I think, still asking for me to make those. So I want to try to make a couple more, but maybe have like a focus, because the ones that I did are very like modern and normal and basic. But I want to try to make some that are maybe more futuristic or stylized in some way or in some kind of other theme. I think that'd be fun. Maybe more like skyscraper kind of modern design, or stuff that's like more brutalist and sci-fi, like the stuff from like Ghost in the Shell. Yep. Okay, so I made this character. Now I also want to make, I'm going to save this. I started working on the environment. So if I go back to another scene, here's the bridge that he is standing on. Let's see if I can find the image for it. The bridge where you first kind of see him. Yeah, this one. So this is the bridge, I think, where you first meet him. And I wanted to kind of give him this backdrop. The background, I'm not sure how I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just make that a painting or something. But I want to try to recreate the bridge too. So I think that's possible. Are you going to make the bathhouse? No, the bathhouse is crazy though. That scene is so intense. I love that scene. It's my favorite. I love watching it just as like, it's like animation. It's like just like satisfying because there's water. There's so many details. There's so much chaos. I love watching the water, how they animated the water. I can't do water simulations. I can't really do simulations in Blender. I want to learn, but I don't really know how to do them well. But yeah, that would be a fun scene to make. I still want to do Akira stuff too. I'm working on an Akira project very slowly, and it's a new one, and I'm having to make a lot of new stuff. So that one, I'm kind of looking for help. Even I'm trying to see if like, I'm not really sure how to, because I don't really know what I need yet, but I am looking for help on it, like 3D modeling and texturing. It's just a ton of work. I like the basement area with the coal pipes and everything. Oh, did you see the little suit things that I drew? I drew them last stream, yesterday. So yesterday I did a live stream. Maybe, how can I contact you? You can DM me on Instagram. Just let me know who you are. You can, yeah, that'd probably be the best way. Just like, hey, it's me, Kiki, from the stream or something. Just give me some context who you are, and then just DM me and I can talk to you there, and then we can move over to email if you are serious. But it's no, just a heads up, there's no like, I don't have money. That's why I'm doing it, and then if somebody is willing to or is able to help, just like with the pure like the kind of like the extra hands for the whole thing. Oh, you joined my Discord, nice. Yeah, let me show you what I did yesterday. So you can watch that stream if you want, after this one, if you want. It's going to be a lot of just me, but let's see. I did the little soot things in grease pencil. I've been doing them in grease pencil. So here's what they look like. And I've been doing the, yeah, it should be. Oh, Discord. Yeah. There's a link to the Discord server. There should be. Let me know if there isn't. Check out the VOD because I've never... Yeah, me neither. So I started using grease pencil this month. I started doing it for Inktober. So I wanted to do Inktober, and I've done Inktober in the past, just like sketching on paper, and I would last like just a couple days. I wouldn't get like very far. And so I was like, okay, well, I want to learn grease pencil, and I want to do Inktober. Why don't I just combine the two? And I want to stream. I'm kind of doing 3 things that are hard at once. But they're all things that they're not as hard as like I make them seem in my head. So I can draw, and I know Blender. I also did No Face. So this is kind of what inspired today's artwork. One thing that's really cool about grease pencil is that you can draw, right? But it's remembering everything you do, kind of like Procreate does. And with grease pencil, at any point, you can add a build modifier, which will do this. So if you hit play, it'll play back your whole drawing. And then these like little wiggles, that's a noise modifier. That's just, you just hit play and it'll automatically apply it. It's really, really cool. And so I was making, when I drew this, it was really fun. I think you might like it a lot if you try it. Didn't you do digital art before Blender? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I have a whole like, I was a digital painter for, I mean, I still am, but I was primarily a digital painter for, I mean, gosh, like 10 years, like primarily. And then I started kind of easing into 3D, and now a lot of that knowledge in digital painting and lighting and composition that I had, I can bring that over into Blender, which makes it a lot more fun and like satisfying. Yeah, you can check out like from the very first one, but if you have experience digitally painting or anything like that, here's another one. If you have experience sketching or digitally painting or like Procreate or anything like that, it'll be very easy to jump into. The only thing that might kind of give you a hiccup is their like layering structure and like selecting the different the different like whether you want to use like a fill tool or you want to use a line or whatever. But it's, you know, it's Blender, it's all pretty like easily customizable. So you can keep it as minimal, or as like you can do paintings. I've seen people do full on paintings with like soft brushes and stuff, which I want to get into that next. Oh, nice. I'll check that out after this and use the VOD as kind of a tutorial. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I'll recommend using it as a companion. You know how like if you're learning a new program, it helps sometimes to have somebody else learning it with you, because you can both kind of figure things out as you're doing them. So as a tutorial, I don't know if it's great, because I'm just like, I'm doing something and then I'm like, what's this? How do I do that? It's a lot of me fumbling through it. So you can do it kind of like in a camaraderie way if you want to. The thing is I've also looked up tutorials and I can't seem to find ones that specifically answer the questions that I have. So a lot of people, I think Grease Pencil is primarily like a 2D animation tool. And that's even what the thing is called. So if you do a new file, it's 2D animation up here on the left. Here on, you can't see it. So if I do file, new, 2D animation, that's the template you want to go into to do to draw. But here, you know what? Let me do this. I'll save this and I'll just give you a quick, since you're already watching, I'll do a quick, I'll do a new. And if you have a tablet, obviously that makes it easier as well. So I'll do 2D animation. I have Photoshop here. I was making some textures. Just close this. So this is what it looks like if you just open up the 2D animation window. It looks like this. I'm gonna make my head a little bit smaller. Okay. So one thing is that you have your timeline here. There's already keyframes, and then this blue button down here, this is auto keyframing. It's turned on by default. So if you're doing like, you know, obviously storyboarding, animation, that's what you want that. I turn that off because I'm just planning on doing one drawing. And then here you can start drawing like this. I'm using my mouse. Let me use a tablet. I'm gonna plug my tablet in. I have a drawing tablet, and this doesn't look too... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I have just the Intuos, old, trusty Intuos that's lasted me for many years. But you'll have a camera like this. If you kind of scroll out, you have a camera. I jump out of the camera. I don't need the camera. And then if you jump out of the camera, you have a full, just like a white, empty matrix void. So if you just jump into one of the views, like into the Y view, you can start drawing, and there's like pressure sensitivity, and up here in the top left, you have airbrush, just like the very basic things. I've been using the fine ink one because that's been really perfect for what I need. So you can just go and start drawing. I'm gonna draw like draw a bottle or something. I'm gonna sketch. So I'll show you what kind of, let me show. So, yeah, I'm trying to say multiple things. Let me just show you. I'm going to do a demo drawing, and then I'm going to show you some stuff you can do. So the first thing, as you're drawing, In Photoshop, you have like smoothing, which lets you get like softer curves and like more control. In Procreate, you have the same thing, but you have to like enable it. In Blender, if you've ever used Blender, if you're moving a shape or scaling something, if you hold shift, it'll slow it down. Same thing with Grease Pencil. So as I'm drawing, you can see like the stroke has this natural kind of shakiness to it, because that's my natural hand movement. But if I hold shift, suddenly you see there's a little icon and it's dragging the, it's like a smoothing feature. So then it automatically does that just by holding shift. If I let go of shift, it goes back to wiggly, hold shift, I get that like feature. So that's been one pretty amazing feature. So you can go from sketchy to control like really quickly in just like the hold of a shortcut. And I do that, and it's still pressure sensitive, of course. So I'm gonna make this bottom, just use that tool. Okay, couple really fun, this is why I've been using it and learning it, because it's fun. So you see I drew this normally, I drew it straight. Okay, I'm looking at it flat. I'm gonna jump out of this flat view into perspective view. I've used Procreate in my iPad before, so hopefully this won't take... Yeah, for sure. Like, I've gotten used to this faster than I've gotten used to Procreate, because Procreate has a lot of like touch functionality, and I'm going from using Photoshop to Procreate, so it feels more of like a jump than this. This is kind of like a nice in-between, but this is also a 3D program, so watch this. I'm just orbiting. So I jumped out of the flat view, and then I'm in perspective mode, and now there's 3D. The other thing is that this is not right, because I'm painting and drawing in the open space, it's not like resolution based. So these are just points, and if you zoom in really close, these are like lines, these are splines. These are not, it's not geometry, it's not like raster or nothing like that. So these marks are very high res. So you can export multiple resolutions all at once. And it's kind of like painting in vector. So if you ever use like Illustrator, that's cool. You can paint in thin air, right? Yep. So another thing, let's say you want to make quick adjustments to this. Let's say you want to like move a stroke or something. Up here, you're in draw mode. You can go into sculpt mode, and in Grease Pencil sculpt mode, you have some sculpt brushes. I'm going to turn up the radius of this. This is just like a push, and then you can like do all this stuff. It's like warping it. And what it is that these are just points. So here I turn on points. I'm going to go into draw mode or even to edit mode, and you can select, you can see their points. They're just points. So these are just points. That means you can move them with G like you would like normal Blender. If I go into X-ray mode, you can move them. But they are also strokes. So yeah, it's kind of this stuff I was just playing with, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I don't know, it was just blowing my mind. Okay, so I drew a bottle. I drew the outline. How do we color it? So you have, I think, okay, here, the little squiggly thing here, these are your strokes. So this is the layers here on the right, the lines, and then the fill. There's only something on this layer. If I turn this layer off, you can see it's hidden with the eyeball. And this one doesn't have anything drawn on it, so there's no layer. So I think by default, they give you like a line layer and a fill layer, just if you want to, so you don't have to make your own, kind of handy. And then the brushes are here in the materials. So here is a solid stroke brush. This is what I'm using here. They give you other default ones like dots, like dotted lines, kind of handy. Oh, hold on. Okay. Solid fill or dot stroke is another one. Dots. This one is square dots, kind of cool. But you can get rid of them. You can like delete them if you don't want them. Then there's solid fill, which is, you can see like when I select the solid stroke, the one that lets me paint with the solid brush. You see the preview here, it says surface stroke checked, fill unchecked. That means that the stroke itself is going to be just a stroke black, but if I do fill, it's changing that because that's what I used. Here, I'll select this fill brush. The fill brush has the stroke unchecked. Is there an option to make custom brushes like Procreate? I haven't discovered that yet. I'm still using like the basic brushes, and I kind of want to get good and comfortable with the basic brushes as much as I can before I start, because I know I'll get immediately distracted, and I know I'll immediately start wanting to go too fast, you know? So I'm kind of, it's kind of like learn Photoshop, use the round brush for everything, and then once you're comfortable with that, start looking at brushes, because that's when it starts getting crazy. Like brushes can do so much. So I'm personally just not, I know there's brushes out there that you can install and stuff that are free. I'm just not getting into that yet. But yeah, I bet you can make them. Okay, cool. So this is the, let me just show you this fill. This is the solid fill. The stroke is unchecked and the fill is checked and it's gray. Look, as I make the shape, it's automatically connecting the 2 points. Again, kind of like vector art. But this is handy because it's like the lasso tool, like the free lasso tool. So you can just like make shapes like this really quickly. So I'm gonna shade in this bottle real quick. Go like this, and I'm just outlining the bottle like that. And you can also hold shift to get that lazy, steady hand motion with the outline tool as well. You can see like the cursor is like dragging. So this, for me, this is perfect because I use the lasso tool in Photoshop this exact way. I'll like make quick shapes and then I'll fill them in. But with this, it's like filling it in as you're making it, which is amazing. And then you can go back here and you can change the color. You can change the color. So I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. Okay, so now you have kind of 2 layers. You have your lines and you have your solid shape. Now let's look at it from the side. How does that look? So you can see how it looks. If I go into edit mode, these are my lines here. These are my solid shapes. These are the strokes that I made. So you can grab things and move them in 3D space, because these are just like flat planes almost. So you can create some really good like parallax and depth like very quickly if you're into that kind of thing. But just this is awesome for me. This is so fun. Like lasso selection, yeah. Exactly. Let's see. I'm still figuring out. I think if you want to like make a new fill on top of this, you have to make a new layer. I'll call this like highlights or something. Call this highlights, and I'll select. I'll have to make a new brush. I'll say fill, uncheck stroke, and I'll make this like a bright color, a brighter color. So then I can do like, boop, boop. You know, this is my, I want to make it a little bit brighter. So now I can make a, and this is on top of the lines. So if I go into layers here, it's on top of the lines. I want to bring it below the lines and just hit this drop down arrow and it goes below the lines. So then you can make these highlights on the bottle. Can't really do zigzags, but it makes for, like if you're doing, like I did raindrops the other day. I did a Batman drawing and I did raindrops and they were perfect for that. So yeah. Okay, so highlights. Oh, the other cool thing is, you know how in Photoshop you can add a stroke to like your shape, and so then when you draw, there's like a stroke and a solid color every time. So you can, if you go to the brush, let's say I'll go to the solid stroke and I enable fill, that will give me a solid stroke and a fill, and I can change the fill color to white. So now I can make new shapes. I can draw things and they'll have that fill in it always. And I can change the the outline to something else as well. You know, kind of like this. Cool, right? Like I remember somebody once saying if you want to make a map, like a cool way to draw a map is to do it this way. You can draw like a map, like there's a continent, another continent, you know? It's kind of a fun way to draw. Like if you're doing like world building, you can draw a map. Okay, last thing is the like shaky noise modifier stuff. It looks a little bit too complicated initially, but I think I'll get used to it. Yeah, I'm kind of showing you all the, I'm like an excited kid that's like showing you his favorite toy. I'm just showing you like all the things that make me excited, but it's still like, I think this is the part that kind of breaks my brain the most. I'll show you one last thing before I get out of the grease pencil thing. But yeah, you should definitely try it yourself. Just poke around. You can even put my the first day that I'm learning it in the background if you want to have some company of somebody else kind of fumbling through it. But if I go into the modifiers here and I select, not outline. The modifiers are like a whole thing you can play with. Build. So select build, and if I hit play, you can see it starts to play back the drawing. Everything I did all at once. You can stop at like any point. The crazy thing is like this is like Procreate. Procreate has a playback feature that you have to enable, and if you disable it or if you don't have it enabled, and if you forget, you're kind of SOL. But this has it. Like you can always enable it or disable it at any point. The coolest part is that you can stop it at some point that you drew it at, and then you can look at it in 3D. Like that to me feels so futuristic for a 2D drawing program. The fact that you can stop your draw, like mid-draw, and then look at it in 3D. Like, I don't know why that's just like so cool to me. And then the noise, the like kind of shaky. So let's see, where's the noise modifier? Oh, here we go, noise. So noise, if I play it, it's like Ed, Edd n Eddy, like cartoon style line shakiness. So if you're drawing like a silly little cartoon, it automatically gives it a little bit of life, a little bit of like animated feel, and you just drew something like it wasn't even that serious. And you can add to it as it's wiggling. So, you know, like the fact that I can draw while it's doing this, kind of not comfortable to be honest. Feels weird, but it's cool. Yeah, and you can change how much it wiggles, what the intensity, all that stuff. So yeah, I highly recommend trying it out. I think with large art piece feature would be very useful. I think with a large art piece, that feature would be very useful. Oh yeah. Yeah, it would be. I think that would be really cool. I'd be curious to see, because you can make it, I think, go faster or slower. And then I think that what it does is I think it builds everything at once. So it doesn't do like one at a time. So it might build the whole piece together at the same time instead of doing it like line by line. So it kind of isn't like Procreate, where Procreate does like actually a recording. This kind of builds like all at the same time. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back. I highly recommend you using it though. It's super, super fun. I'm gonna jump back into my other file. No face with hands. Hey, Father Dev, good seeing you. Oh, I got company. Hold on one sec. I got company. I might have a friend of mine join me on stream. He's another Blender artist, so he's gonna be joining me in person, and you guys will get to see him. Yo, this is what I'm talking about. Love Studio Ghibli. Let's go. Yes. So let's. I'm gonna show you what I was just doing earlier. So I did this. I made no face. I made the little gold nuggets that he gets, that he gives you, or he gives the character in the anime. I'm just gonna reposition my face here. Check this out. Look at that. It's like a very subtle gradient for the body and the hands. But the pieces here, are these gold pieces. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I was really happy with this. It looks exactly like how I remember it. I think there were these gold nuggets. I don't think they were anything else. I think there were maybe coins. I've seen people cosplay and do coins. But yeah, this was super, super fun to put together. I'm going to go see if my buddy wants to hop on stream. But I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back.
Nice, got the
Hey everyone. Meet my friend Eric.
Hola.
He's a 3D artist as well.
Current Blender user.
So that's Carter.
Oh, nice.
That's Carter.
For
Yeah.
class chat.
This guy. So Father Dev. He popped into my stream I think like a day ago. Let's see. I'm still remembering everybody. What do you say? Oh, so he likes the Studio Geek. Look at this.
Dude,
Do you
this
remember
is
this?
looking Good. So this is like what, grease pencil? They
No,
use
this
it, or
is not grease pencil. This is just regular modeling. But
Oh,
I
you
was
did one in grease pencil.
I did one in grease pencil, and that inspired me to do this.
That's awesome.
But do you remember this guy from
Oh,
Spirited
yeah.
Away? Okay, so yeah, I modeled the mask earlier today, and I had made a recording of it. But
and you're just using Eevee, right?
yeah, this is well, this is Cycles, but this is kind of like Eevee.
Dude, that sky you're using is like perfect.
Yeah.
It looks like that,
Yeah.
that train station.
Exactly.
Where it's just like constant infinity
The
water.
water, yeah, exactly. That's why I put that in. But I made these like little gold nuggets because remember he's like,
Yeah.
and then they all come out and stuff. That's the thing I remember him. I was like showering this morning and I remembered that's the sound he made.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Just
weird.
that.
Just like
Didn't he actually like? No, he was that creepy sludge monster, and then he eventually got cleaned, and then turned into this. Like this is like his end form, his true form.
Oh no, his true form was like a beast. He was like a beast.
Yeah, but wasn't that in the beginning? And then he
No,
went to
that
the
was a-
sauna. Oh, but no, he does turn into like when he gets angry, he'll like fucking. He'll, like,
Yeah,
eat
I
you.
don't-
He was just like a sludge when he came in. He was just like mud.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
and then he got
You're right.
cleaned and turned into this. But when he gets angry, he'll like start
Turn it.
eating
He has like a
people.
mouth,
Yeah.
like a mouth right here that comes out of his chest.
Yep.
Wait, there's a way you can add like grease pencil to 3D objects too, which I have not done yet, and I'm not.
I know you can add lines. I
Yeah.
forget what it is, but it's just like whatever view you're in. If it's an object, it'll add a line to it, like a hard line.
Grease pencil right here. You can just add that, and then stroke. I think. Okay, that made a made like
Hairline
a
fracture.
tail. But I think, yeah, draw mode. Then you can draw.
That's so cool.
Isn't that crazy?
And this is what Taylor does. Well, I guess
That's what he
he's
used.
more
Yeah.
in depth to it, but man,
I don't know to what degree. I know I'm doing like 101. This is like grease pencil 101.
that's cool. Like, how did you do that thing where you drew something and then are you just making layers, like legit, like
Yeah.
making a new layer? How do you make a layer?
Okay, let me show you. So I was just showing. So this person McBlocky, they were saying how they wanted to learn Blender and everything, or grease pencil, and I did like an impromptu tutorial. So I'm gonna save. I don't think I need to save this. Oh shit, dude! I didn't oh
Got
no,
some
dude.
It's just the mask. You lost the gold in the hand and the body.
I'll show you the Batman one. See, here's the Batman one.
Nice.
I'll go to 2D animation. This is how it looks. 2D animation. So it's like flat, like this.
Interesting. Damn, man.
This is just lines. It's just a bunch of lines.
So you're using Wacom tablet, right?
Whack-em. Yeah.
Whack 'em.
Whack-a-mole tablet.
Gotta whack 'em.
Got the new Whack-a-mole tablet. But it's all points. You see it's points.
You know that guy Tony? We're gonna draw him. We're gonna use a whack 'em. We're gonna whack Tony and
We're gonna whack him. We're gonna whack
Whack
him.
'em.
Yeah, we're gonna whack him. He's been acting sus. We're gonna whack him.
Or we got a rat.
We're gonna whack
We'll
him off.
'em.
Gonna whack him off, dude. Is this the new whack 'em off?
Dude, we got a mole in our system. We're gonna whack a mole.
That's good. Yeah, you can see the rain. You can see like, you know how you can like adjust things.
So is it like a collections layer for
No,
each
it's
thing?
look, it's just this. It's all like one stroke. It's all just like pieces. But you know how you here, let me try to do like I'll try to go here, I guess.
It's just like empty for all of
It's
it.
so tricky to look at. I'll go to layout. Layout I'm familiar with. Okay, so if I go into edit mode, you can select, I think, points like this. You can say, okay, I want this rain here to go to move forward. So you just move it like this.
Oh, or you can key it to wherever you want.
It's not keyed for me, but you can select. What I did was I kind of selected like the middle part, and then I did the proportional editing thing, and then you can like you can like shape it a little bit.
Nice.
So that's what I did with the rain. The only thing I haven't figured out yet is you can see through the rain. You can see the rain through his body like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Not do that.
Yeah, I don't know how to not do that. I'm not sure if it's like some kind of setting or something, but I don't know how to not do that.
Some kind of invert you need to add to.
I don't know at all. This is why I'm like learning it.
It's so nuts.
McBlocky. So I'm gonna learn grease pencil. Yeah, go for it for sure. Hey, dude, that's Amir.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Amir?
Oh, he's here. Did you do your Inktober thing already, or are you starting? Yeah, this one was awesome, dude. What's going on here? I'm showing Eric grease pencil, and trying to explain what I've learned so far.
So you think you're gonna start doing I don't even know where to start, but
I don't
like
know.
animating. Like
I don't know, dude. That seems like
That's
so
a
much
whole nother-
friggin' work. I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Because a work friend at work, he wants to he really loves like the old style of like animation drawing where you flip through like pages, kind of like like those behind the scenes of like The Lion King where they're like you see the artist like on that like little
flipping the
they're,
page,
flipping,
yeah.
They have like each finger indent, they have like a page at the
Yeah,
just
yeah,
flipping
yeah,
through and
yeah.
you just see like
that's page like that's like
keyframing in a
yeah,
sense,
keyframe, I guess, yeah.
But like you can do that here with the grease pencil, like
Yeah.
you just like do like an opacity shift,
Yeah.
and you just like see where their legs at, and you just draw the next like where the leg's gonna go next.
I think that's called like onion skinning or something
onion
like.
skinning.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you can turn that on in the thing. I think
I got onion skin, dude. It was bad.
You got onion skin? I
Onion
got
skin.
onion skin.
I've got onion skin, man.
I've got a bad
This is
rash.
shedding.
Ew.
Just got skin flakes. I've got onion skin.
I've got onion skin. I think there's oh, here it is, onion skinning right here.
Oh.
So I don't know how it works, but yeah, you can like disable it or enable it or something.
That's cool. How'd you do that?
So this is a modifier called build.
It just does it for you.
It does.
That's awesome. Damn,
Yeah.
man. I thought you like when I saw that, I was like, are you keying like each frame of like brush stroke? Because that's what I would have done. If
Hell
you told me
no.
to do that, I would have done like the hardest way ever to do it.
Yeah.
Like, the most impractical way to do it.
Yeah, I found some. I think I watched a video where they explained it. I'm trying to get it like so that I can select it. Is it here? I don't know how to get to it. I don't know how to get to it.
You'll remember.
Wait. Damn it. Is it effect? I don't know.
Did you draw these from memory?
No, I looked at some pictures, like screenshots.
Nice.
I was last night. Oh, he says what's up. I'm about to go live in a sec for Inktober. Awesome, dude. Yeah, let me drop your channel here just so people can go to it if they want to. Obviously after my stream's over. Not yet. They can go to check your stuff out.
Good
Dual stream.
dual stream, yeah. That sounds like a good YouTube title.
Dual stream.
Hi, it's me, dual stream.
This is Amir. You got or Creative Animus. You guys check him out. He's really good. Good artist, friend of mine. Friend of the channel.
Dude, it's crazy how much like integrated Blender's becoming with like just everything now.
Really?
Yeah, because what's crazy at work, like a guy who's like worked for Nike and stuff, like he came to our team at Webtron Story. He's like, all right, guys, you guys are using Maya. That's like so in the past. We're gonna use 3ds Max.
Wow. Okay. Well, 3ds Max is kind of like Maya.
Well,
isn't
here it is now. Like, so this other guy came in that he hired.
This other guy came in.
'Cause
He
he's a-
killed him.
Yep. No, he's like he knew this guy. Like he's the director of 3D.
Don't listen to that guy. He's a fraud. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And Blender's the way.
He'll lead you astray. Well, so the guy that came in that turned us from Maya to 3ds Max, he's the director of 3D. Then we didn't have a manager for 3D yet. So he hired someone that he knew, and he came on. He's like, wow, you guys are using 3ds Max? That's like old in a sense of like, because like
Wow.
apparently color management in 3ds Max is ancient. The color management, like you know how there's AGX and Blender, filmic and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They like it uses ASCG. I forget what the color management is, but it's like they don't have apparently 3ds Max isn't there yet in terms of color management. So all of our like renders that I'm doing, like I'm struggling because I'm like, why doesn't the light react like it should? Why does it
look like shit?
Why is my shadows being crushed? Why are my highlights being blown out? I'm having all these problems.
Why is my back being blown out?
Yeah, basically, I feel like my back's being blown out. I'm getting like screwed by all my projects I'm doing, and like literally like I'm on Blender. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I recreated the scene, no problem. Everything looks right.
Damn.
The shadows are exposed correctly. The highlights aren't being blown out. I didn't
The
change
backs
anything.
aren't being blown
My
out.
backs aren't being blown out.
Dude, that's crazy.
But yeah,
I'm
he's
really
like-
shocked by that.
And eventually we're just gonna use Blender now because I'm on the staging team. Everyone else, the 3D scanners, the 3D modelers, they're all using Blender just because it's like they don't need to like do anything with color or texture. They were just originally just being like, we can just do this, make it, transport it into whatever other 3D program we're doing, use it. But now like when it comes to stage, they're
Mhm.
like, let's just use Blender. We're all just gonna be Blender oriented. It's gonna be
Damn,
unified
that's
all
actually
in
kind of
Blender.
nice. That's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, so, and like basically Blender's so close to Unreal Engine in a sense of
Yeah.
like how like just easy it is to use, how like you can just use Eevee, real-time render or real-time, what's this considered? What's Eevee considered? Like,
I think
Real-time?
real-time rendering, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, real-time rendering
like-
is so much easier because 3ds Max, there's no real-time render. Like in terms of like how like fluid it is, like it doesn't have it. It just sucks. And all the same thing with Maya. It's like it's got its own perks, but when it comes to like how you can use it, with
Yeah, if
Blender,
you wanna-
it's
if you wanna,
it's
like,
not
check
user
things.
friendly.
So if you want to like just check like the lighting really quick, it's like not that
Or just
easy.
how your texture is. Like if you put a scratch, like a scratch texture on top of like this bridge that you're working on, you just want to see what it's doing to the scene. You can literally zoom in and just be like, let me put a color ramp on it and just like make it like super strong, less strong. I can't do that with 3ds Max. I have to like predetermine where it's gonna go, think about it, click like view render, and it'll like take its time to like just give me something visually
Damn.
like pop up and I can see it. So it's like that. But yeah, we're gonna use Blender.
But aren't you using Unreal also?
Not yet.
And is that something that they want to use?
Something that they want to use down the road, but they want to use Blender with Unreal Engine. They don't want to use 3ds Max or any other program.
Okay, that makes sense.
In terms of texturing, I guess
Yeah.
it can translate better.
They want to just use like, Blender to make the stuff and then Unreal Engine to render it.
Yeah,
They don't want to like deal with anything else. That makes sense.
in a way. But all in all, like, if anything, Blender's free, so budget-wise too, like
Yes.
that just saves so much money.
I was just talking to Kiki. They were saying they are I don't know if I scroll up in chat, you can see. So, one sec. So, professional modeler in the 90s, catching up on Blender. So they're learning. They used to use Maya, and they're using Blender because it's like free.
Yeah.
And this person, and they also asked like, also industry standard. Industry seems to favor Blender now, or am I wrong? So yeah,
That's what I'm starting to see now too, dude. Blender's just like so, dude. The
still
guy,
working. Kiki, are you listening to this? This man is speaking exactly what you want to hear.
man, dude, Blender. This guy literally like he does Nike stuff too, and like he worked for Target
Okay.
like until he switched to our team, which was like maybe 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, dude, Blender, man. Blender's like the future.
Dang.
He's like he knows 3ds Max
Yeah.
like in depth, and he's like helping me with my scene, telling me all these like node tricks. I'm like, that's complicated. He's like, I know. I'm like, dude, I could do this in
I
Blender
know.
like easy, just like hit like Node Wrangler and just
Yeah.
like connect all my shit in
Yeah.
here, and I don't have to like go like each frame because we're not just using 3ds Max.
Yeah.
We're using V-Ray in 3ds Max. We're like not using Arnold that comes with 3ds Max. We're like another source. So
What about Redshift? Isn't Redshift good?
we use Redshift with Maya, but Redshift with Maya is more apparently. It was more GPU oriented in a sense to where like if you wanted like super realistic textures, like you I don't know the way. I never like delved too much into it, but someone told me like Redshift Maya is like more GPU oriented. So when it came to like the most amount of realism you can get out of like Redshift was like not as good as you can with like I guess a Cycles version.
Interesting.
Because using V-Ray with 3ds Max, it looks really, really real.
Damn.
Like, I don't know, just it was interesting because there's like certain things where I'm like, wow, this looks really good. I don't know if like Blender could make that as realistic. Maybe I think 3ds Max with V-Ray has good what's class? What was that?
Transmission,
Volume.
volume scatter or something. I don't know.
What is Octane good for?
Oh, caustics?
Caustics,
Yeah.
yeah. Like that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, like V-Ray with 3ds Max gives you really good caustics. But you know, like compared to like Blender, like the caustics, I guess, aren't like as good as like
Yeah,
other 3D
Blender
programs could
doesn't.
do.
I think I've seen people even use like Octane in Blender
Yeah.
for the caustics. Yeah.
There's that guy like we follow. He's in Philadelphia. The
Oh.
Imagination.
Yeah. Does that what he uses?
Yeah, he's been using Octane to
Oh,
do
damn.
like these like
His
making
renders look.
glass chairs.
His renders look insane.
Yeah, he's just been having a blast with it. Like just a basketball net made out of pure glass, like on a
Oh
street
yeah.
sign. He just like renders that.
What's up, Lucknow? Lucknow Dreads.
We need luck now.
Love from India, dude.
Hey,
Dude, India.
how big is Blender in India? That's a question.
I think it's like
Blown up.
yes, because if I go to like my demographics,
Ooh, wait, before you go into it, RRR.
they use Blender to make some stuff in that. I think
Yeah,
either all of it or like most of it.
I think the tiger. There was that tiger scene. Where he's,
That was
like,
that
running
Blender?
away. Yeah, I think it was Blender. I think all of the CGI was in Blender in that.
Dang, I believe it. I'm pretty sure that was also. I watched it because I think that's what I also. Because I was like, I think they use Blender in this.
They use Blender in what is that movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
The donut.
Yeah, the donut,
the
yeah.
donut tutorial.
Yeah.
Dude, their budget. Did you see the behind the scenes of that?
I saw, I think, some of it. I don't know if I saw like all of it.
Hey, Simon.
Hey, what's up, Simon? What's going on, dude? Simon's been coming through the streams.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We're talking about Blender being used in movies that we know of. So
Blender's getting there. Blender is like the A24 of like, remember A24 was
Dude,
in the beginning?
there's
how it was
this-
just like
okay,
so
hold on.
indie, so
okay.
so bullshit.
I gotta show you this guy. This guy's he hopefully won't mind.
Oh, he's actually here right now.
I wish he was. So this guy came into my chat. Oh, nobody cares.
Chad, is this real?
Chat, is this real? Okay, look at this guy. Hold on. I'm gonna before I show it, I'll play it on stream a little bit. I hope nobody doesn't care about this because it's an amazing animation. Okay.
Oh, we gotta spread the word.
Well, this guy's really, really good. Let me just pull it up. He made.
Did he do something for A24?
No, but it looks like some A24 stuff. It looks like some A24 stuff.
That's awesome.
Let me just double check. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it.
Yo, sorry I missed your
Ooh.
call. Leave a message and I'll hit you back.
Hey, I'm kind of glad you didn't pick up. I kind of just called to hear your voice, so your voice recording was enough. I should hang up. What am I doing? So I feel kind of dumb, but I miss you. I've been thinking about you, and I've been thinking about our love, and how much I miss your touch. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. I want us to go back to the old days because I miss you. And I just thought of you, so I thought I'd call you to tell you that you crossed my mind, and I took that as a sign that I should call and
Yo, sorry I missed your call.
AI and that, I mean, that's just as cool. Like people are like tools that you can get your ideas to come out of.
Yeah. Sorry, let me get the music. back. Just reading my levels.
How to create displacement and bump. Yeah, it is.
How to create displacement and bump in easy way for a realistic scene.
I actually know how to do that. I was doing that this week.
Well, if you're using a PBR texture like this, then yeah, you can do it. Are you streaming every day? I have been, and I'm trying to. I'm trying to stream every day this month, and it's.
Nice. Yeah,
Dude, this is day 5. I
Yeah.
don't know what can happen.
I was literally.
I feel like sometimes like the past like 3 days I've woken up. I'm like, I think I have to stream today. And only on day 4 was I like, what if I don't? That was only day 4, so that was yesterday.
But you had that urge to like go on and do it.
Yeah, yesterday was a little bit of a slow day, a little bit of a slow stream, and then there was one guy in there, and it was really fun because I started drawing like Sonic and Goofy from my memory, and it was getting super unhinged.
No.
It started getting super silly. I'll have to.
Ew.
It was funny. I drew Sonic with like a shirt and pants. I drew him with a shirt
Kinda
and
Sonic,
shorts, just regular Sonic.
Oh, okay.
But he had clothes on because I didn't believe that he had no clothes on, and he actually has no clothes on. He just has his shoes and gloves. That's it.
I guess if I thought like Sonic, I would have like kind of like a Mickey Mouse feel to it. When you said pants,
Yeah.
I thought red pants.
Yeah, you would think, but no pants.
Yeah,
It's kind of
he's naked.
creepy. But yeah, I was doing that yesterday. But yesterday was the only time so far that I felt like, oh, I don't know, like kind of tired. But
What's crazy is like you keep it up, eventually it will like.
Hey, you keep this up.
Yeah, you keep it up.
Hey, you
have
keep
some
this up.
manners.
You keep this up, you'll see what happens.
Is that a threat or is that a promise? Both.
You keep this up, I'm gonna show you some. I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna show you how to do bump and displacement.
I'm gonna displace your face.
I'm gonna displace you out of this house.
Displace that flat face of yours.
Just like super extrude.
Dude, displacement has become so much easier now.
Okay, well okay, how do we do displacement? Let's see. Let's make a new scene.
You need a displacement map?
So I'm gonna do like a plane, just a solid plane. Make it big.
It
And
only works on cycles that I know. So
yeah, so I'll put this material on it.
Nice.
Nice, some planks. We have to do it in cycles, so I jump into cycles. Uh-oh. Blender crashed.
Did
no,
it?
No.
Oh.
There's no
Nice.
I think there's no environment in there. I'm just turning on denoise and stuff. Okay, here we go. So we have a flat plane, and in the shader stuff there's a normal map, and then there's displacement, and then for displacement it's turned on but you can't see it because there's not enough geometry. So we need to take this plane and go in edit mode, subdivide. So as I subdivide it, I think, what is it, the scale? Yeah. If I turn up the scale here on the displacement, you can
so easy.
you can start to see it, but it's still like a little blocky because there's not enough polygons. So we can subdivide it again, or we can add a subdivision surface modifier, and that starts to, increase the detail. So we start to get some of that
Someone
displacement.
showed me this. Go to the materials, and then go to scroll down. Keep going down.
All the way down. Settings.
Yeah. Where is it? Okay, yeah, you already got it activated.
I had just
displacement and
I had
and
just
bump.
I had just displacement open. So sometimes you have bump
Yeah,
only
yep.
and it won't show up. But you have to go here in the settings and do displacement and bump,
Yep.
and that will do both.
I was about to say, man, like how the hell, like it got even easier, man. You didn't even have to, because I always have to activate displacement and bump.
Yeah, so these are the Polyhaven textures. They're all just they all have displacement on them. So this is bark. Let me find something like super. I think I have to really turn up the scale for you to see it. Yeah, so these are like logs. And that's cool because it's
So
like,
easy, man.
yeah, like this looks like. Whoops.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's how you do it. So if you want like a damn log house, you just have a bunch of logs. Oh, look at this. So if you go to options, Let's see, is it in tab? Okay, if I tab into edit mode and then in options, correct face attribution, I think. If I scale it, yeah.
Oh, what? I didn't know you could do that. Hold
Yeah,
on, how'd you
so-
do that?
So this is only in edit mode. So in edit mode in cycles, you hit this options and there's a correct face attributes, which is unchecked. So if you check that, and then when you scale this in edit mode, like I scale this in edit mode, and let me hide the grid, it will automatically be unwrapping.
Nice.
So that's super
man.
useful. You just can't forget to turn that off if you're like,
Then that only gets applied to this material.
yeah.
not-
Well, if you have other materials and you have this setting turned on, it'll get applied to all of them.
Oh,
So if I scale this on the Z, you can see like builds more and more and more.
damn, that's awesome.
Right.
That's crazy.
So you can literally build like a whole like log cabin. So that's a super fun one to remember, just in case.
I gotta make a log cabin.
Nope. I want to throw some of these other ones on there because they have like brick and stuff.
Got a fish on a table.
Look at brick. Wait. Look at that.
Nice.
Dude,
Just
Polyhaven,
enough.
Polyhaven, they gave me a referral code for their like an
Oh, nice.
affiliate code or something for their add-on, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
I
an
don't
affiliate
know-
Code as in like, hey guys, if you type in this code,
Yeah, something like that.
Yak Haven.
The only problem is I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's set up or not. But I think
They
it's
reached out to
I
you?
think it's no. I reached out to them. I was like,
Oh.
hey, do you guys do this? They're like the only people I've reached out about asking like something like that because I genuinely like use this add-on a ton,
Dude, I use a lot of Polyhaven stuff.
but I don't know what that code is or how it works right now. So
It's Yak Haven.
it's not. That wouldn't get you
I
anything.
Use Yak Haven.
That'll get you-
Polyhaven.
That'll get you a virus. Don't use that. Yeah,
Haven.
Haven.
Ooh.
Right? Oh wait, so Lucknow Dreads says how to create displacement. Are you streaming every day? Emojis. Yeah.
What's up, creative animals?
There he is. He's all up there. He might be streaming already, so that's might be over. But yeah, that's how we do displacement. Let me close this scene and go back to what I was
Displace
doing.
this man.
Displace
He's been
man.
displaced. He's no longer in whatever
Displacement.
world he's in.
You know how like there's cement and then displacement? I don't know.
It's not meant to be.
It's not meant to be displaced.
Cement. I thought you were about to go another route with that.
C-
Yeah, look at all that
cement.
Cement.
Ew.
Uh-oh. It's covered in cement.
Cement. Oh, there's cement everywhere. Oops. Color ramp. So I'm gonna take the like no face person and put them here. Put them into this scene.
How'd you create that little box?
What
on
box?
Your nose?
Oh,
Little
this
gray
one?
Box. Yeah. What is
So that actually comes in with with these textures when you drag and drop them.
Oh.
But you
okay.
can make them. I think if you hit Shift A, I think it's like frame.
I know
Yeah.
Text Wrangler will give you that automatically. I didn't. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you can make a frame and then you can like put stuff into that frame.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then you can name it or something. You can rename it and name it something. Yeah, Text Wrangler.
Love Text Wrangler.
Text Wrangler. What is Text Wrangler?
It's the mass murderer in Texas. They call him the
Text Wrangler.
Yeah.
Oh, the Text Wrangler.
Yeah, you don't. That's why they named it after him because he's still out there.
What if you call it instead of Node Wrangler, call it Node Strangler?
Node Strangler. Oh my God. What do we got, boys?
That's the
It's
Node.
like the Node Strangler. Got another one.
It would be like this, like just fucking just
wrapped
going.
around a
Yeah,
bottle or something.
the Text Strangler.
The Text Strangler. The Node Strangler.
It's the Text Strangler.
It's like his node is dead.
Oh,
It's been hit by the Node Strangler.
the Node Strangler. The
Don't
node,
activate it. It's on the experimental mode.
the Node Strangler.
Experimental mode. Node
I
Strangler.
was doing something here before I get rudely
Or
distracted.
Someone asked if questions are being answered.
Yeah. What you got? Displacement. So Kiki says displacement maps were how we made Hopper's spikes. Oh,
Oh shit!
dude.
Really?
He worked at Pixar.
Oh really? Oh, that's all. Wait. displacement on like for the little spikes, you like doesn't it have to like have a lot of polygon like subsurface? What did not? Oh my god, what is it? My brain's not working.
Just geometry?
Yeah, geometry or a subdivision.
Hopper.
surface.
Oh, his like leg spikes?
Yeah, those things. Jeez, displacement caused
on
that.
these spikes, this is that makes sense actually.
That's crazy, but for
They
like
are
two-
fucking long though. They're super long. Dude, you made the antennas and displacement. No, that'd be crazy.
each grass in A Bug's Life, that was displacement.
Oh my god. Dude, this movie was like my childhood.
When did that come out? The 90s, right?
Hell no.
No, it was totally the 90s.
Cuz it was in theaters when I saw it in theaters. Let's not ask Kiki. Let's look it up on Google ourselves. Bugs Life release date
It had to come out in the 90s.
1998.
Yep,
Holy
okay.
crap.
I was gonna say because I remember I was in this house before the whole 2002 Y2K thing happened.
He says, yeah, casually dropping. You worked on that masterpiece. Right. Kiki's just lurking. He's gaming. Bugs Life taught us to be a socialist.
yeah.
Oh, like sharing and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, dude, that movie was sad. God, I hated Hopper. There was one part, at the end, that giant beetle. Remember the giant beetle that they ride on? I think.
I think you might be getting ants mixed.
There's
up with
no
Bug's
way.
Life.
No, there's
the
a
stink bugs.
no. Not there was a gigantic like beetle.
Beetle.
And I just remember the sound of his wings sounded like helicopters. I thought it was so sick. Because he came at the end, I think, to help them like fight off the. Was there not a beetle? I thought there was a
I
beetle.
think that was the ants.
I thought that was like maybe that was ants.
The enemy.
But there was, or maybe it was.
Pixar.
You know what it was? It wasn't the bug. It wasn't the. It was when Hopper and all of his like cronies like flew away. They made like it was like. Like it
Oh,
sounded.
yeah,
It sounded
The
epic. when they-
grasshoppers did sound like helicopters.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm mixing them up with the beetle. I don't know where a beetle came from. Sharing. No. Sharing. No. Defeating the oligarchs. For real. Holy crap. Let's see. Nameless. For anime background textures, do you use normal maps like wood and rocks? Sorry if my question doesn't make sense. I'm coming back into 2D. For anime background textures,
You keep it simple, don't you?
for anime background for background, I don't know if I use anything for my background textures.
Like for the Akira thing, maybe?
Oh, he said he's coming back into 3D. Are you a 2D artist? Because that's where I'm a 2D artist turned 3D, so I have like familiarity with both, I think. But I'm trying to for anime background textures. You mean like on objects, or you mean just like sky and stuff like that? Oh, for like wood and rocks. Oh, I see. Like environments and stuff. Do you use so normal maps? Oh, do I use normal maps for the environment? Do I? I think in the Akira thing, I did because of the lighting, like the way that they would catch lighting. So I think, yeah, you would, just not like super strong. 2D animation, I do compositing, I used to do 3D. Okay,
You love compositing.
I do. Let
Was
me
it
think.
Photo bashing?
No,
Kid
no.
bashing?
No, that's not the same thing. Compositing is like when you're putting the movie and you have all the layers, like emission layers, specular layers, like depth
Oh, okay,
layer.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking, Okay.
You're thinking like photo bashing and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah. Different, different.
Different but the same. Best render for Instagram. 1080 by 1920, like portrait mode, probably. Or you mean like render settings, like 30 frames a second, 10 like portrait mode. Do a reel, man. Reels are where it's at for.
Just video record.
Yeah, you can also.
Screen.
This is also weird, but for social media, I've noticed that if you just like literally take your phone and like film your screen, film your scene or whatever, and
Videos.
post that, it'll like do well. I don't know why, but
It,
it
like
just
it knows if like your phone captured something in your phone, it'd be like, oh, this is like lifestyle. Let's
yeah,
promote it. But
something.
If it's like downloaded from Google
If it's just like a
Drive,
super polished animation that MP4 that you upload directly to Reels, it will do well. I think it will do well, but it's like more of a toss up. But I think if you're keeping it like super casual and you're like, yeah, this is my thing, and like you're recording your screen, I don't know why those like in my experience those do well. I don't know why. Like sometimes and it looks super like grungy and dingy and bad. Like your screen is like, yeah,
it's like more real, down to earth.
something. Yeah, there's something going on. I don't know what their algorithm like sees in it. I don't know what you see in me. I don't know what the algorithm sees in me.
One of my videos I uploaded got flagged for AI.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Decimate one.
Yeah.
Like,
Why?
one of them, I don't know, but someone commented and being like, I can't believe this got flagged for AI. I was like,
That's
what?
so
And
weird.
Maria looked at it. She was like, yeah, I got flagged for AI. I was like, I guess it,
Oh,
my
okay.
art's so fake.
No,
it got flagged for AI.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Guess my style looks AI.
Yeah,
I don't
did you
know.
remove it?
No.
You
I just left
you
it.
should
It's like, yeah,
wait.
okay.
Why? But it's like it's wrong. So then, I think you should remove it and tell it that it's wrong if you can, because then it'll hopefully get better at catching
I
actual
posted
AI.
other videos like similar to it. Not similar to it, but like of the same content.
Yeah.
Different stuff. No AI flagging. I
Oh,
have
okay.
no idea what happened.
Okay. Interesting.
Super weird.
That is weird. Sorry. Let's catch up on what are people saying. Nameless, best friend for Instagram. Would you work on an anime project collaboration between artists? I could see myself doing that, but it would depend. It would depend on what it is, level of effort, all these things. But also, I'm not personally not. I don't personally like or have any interest in creating like an actual anime style. Like there's like Goo Engine and stuff for Blender. Look that up if you haven't seen that. It's like an anime render engine for Blender. There's people who are actually trying to recreate like the look of actual hand-drawn anime in Blender. That's not necessarily interesting for me because that's just like, yeah, right. So you know about it. I haven't messed around with that too much. I like how it does. Yeah, it's like it does like these painterly backgrounds.
Nickelodeon, goo.
Goo. I can see if I can go to their like website or something. Yeah, it's like a custom build, so it makes it look like this. You see how it's like looks like anime?
Oh.
Yeah, it makes it look like this. Like it's like their shaders and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it like looks like anime. And the backgrounds also look like painterly and stuff. It I haven't tried it myself, but
That's
it looks
cool.
yeah, it's like definitely a I respect the effort.
Dude, the fact that like this kind of technology is out now, like 3-4 years ago, it was like not difficult, but it was like not as easy and accessible like as something like this. This is nuts.
Yeah. So okay, here we go. Tech. Yeah, so they have like VFX, like all this stuff. So like it looks like anime. But I don't personally mess with that stuff because I'm not like a character artist and I'm more of an environment and lighting guy. So I look at just how to make cool environments. And then they happen to look anime, I think because of just how I light them. But no,
Sure, if,
I'm not like giving them outlines and stuff.
Pretty sure if an artist like came out like that's like not doing what you're doing, but it, like say like there's a director and he's like, hey, I need like some scenes.
Yeah.
Would you mind like?
Yeah, I
he
would.
Gave you a direction. And
Yeah,
you, like,
I
made
could-
it
yeah, I
for
could-
him And then put it together.
Yeah, I could probably do that if I was interested in stuff in it. But I would rather do. I feel like I like doing backgrounds more than characters. Have you seen this? Have you seen this stuff from Star Wars? Oh, what? I render in PNG sequences for Instagram. Is it worth it? Yeah, I mean, rendering in PNG sequences is helpful if you're worried that your like Blender is gonna crash, or if you want to just like have more control over it. I render in PNG sequences if I'm working on like a really serious project and I really care about like, you know, if I see an error, you can stop it at any point and then render like PNG sequences is good because like sequences over the full like MP4 is good because if you notice like an error or if you play it back and only like 2 or 3 frames are glitched out or like something didn't work, you can go back and just re-render those same frames. You don't have to re-render the whole animation.
Or if it crashes.
Yeah, or if it crashes in the middle of the render, like you can just restart from like frame 50 instead of restart the whole thing. So that
I've yet to do that. I know I should be doing it, but I'm like, fuck it.
you don't
Like,
do sequences?
No.
Okay.
I haven't done it. I know I should. I know I should.
I
have woken up like in the morning. I'm like, oh, I wonder how it's doing. I'm like, what? Like it's just like it's on my like desktop page. I'm like, it's Blender just like
it's-
straight up X'd out. I'm like, bro.
You just see this.
This shit was like
Where'd it
halfway done when I
go?
went to sleep like at 1. I woke up at 8 and it's like gone.
Yeah. I think if you're working on a project that you're worried about it crashing or you're worried about like there being some kind of error or glitch, then PNG. But if you're really confident or if it's like a very lightweight render that is going to render fast, then you can just render the MP4. Like if you're not worried about it. I think for like the grease pencil stuff renders super fast because there's like not really any geometry in it. It renders like almost in real time.
Really?
It renders like the timeline is just moving like boop 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 boop.
That's all.
It's really fast.
Okay.
And that I rendered just to video, so
Nice.
that's okay. But I wouldn't do images of that.
16K. Nice.
Damn.
You can render in 60K if you wanted to, right?
I guess.
If you wanted to.
Yeah,
Is it
I guess.
practical? No, but if you wanted to, you can. You have the power.
Yeah, you
Boost it up
can.
at
Boosted
16,000.
1,000%.
Oh my god!
That's-
Wait,
that's
do a
10
million. Can you type in a million if you wanted to? Dude,
What if I didn't? I press enter. So that's 10,000%.
I think you're gonna start smelling your machine.
What is this?
Bacon.
This isn't 10. This is 100%. This is like 100 times whatever this number is, I think. God.
Bro.
I'm surprised they wouldn't even let you type that in.
Right? That's what I'm saying. You
Oh,
can.
that's this the highest.
Oh, is it?
327
That's
300
still a lot.
327,000 or 32,767%.
Someone made it to that random ass number to like. you know,
They had to
you
set
could
they
if
had
you
to
want
set that
yeah.
limit cuz in Blender you can type in values if you want to go past like the limit.
Mhm.
So if the limit is like 10, you can type in 20 and it'll let you go there.
Yeah.
But this is the first one where I found out you can't, and I'm glad I checked.
I've done that for focusing. -1 instead of like it's like 2.8 for a kid. No, it does. I mean.
Damn, you can do 1,000 frames, 10,000 frames a second, if you want.
You know what? Who are those guys that do
Slow-mo
the-
guys?
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Slow mo guys
Alright,
in
guys,
Blender.
We're gonna
Jesus.
go virtual now. We're gonna do this in slow mo. Like animated bullet. You're just watching it. It's like watching.
It's just
paint
it's
dry.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, do the PNG sequences if you're worried about your like render crashing or anything like that. For Instagram, it doesn't matter. Instagram just takes the MP4, so it just depends on. It just takes the MP4. It doesn't take like sequences or nothing like that, or PNG sequences. McBlocky, thanks for the inspiration, company. Yeah, have a good night. Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams, McBlocky. Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
So Simon, have I seen the stuff from Star Wars Outlaws? I've seen the stuff from I don't know what
Stacy's been watching that.
Star Wars
Gameplay.
Outlaws.
Yeah.
Oh,
gameplay, what's her
downstairs?
name? Yeah.
Luxy Games, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I have seen gameplay. It looks good, but I've just heard the game's like broken or something. That's all I've heard. Look now. Okay, I have Kitbash 3D models, but I don't know how to save as a preset in Blender. Please help. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know how to save as a preset. I have Kitbash models, but I don't know how to save as a preset in Blender. You mean like save them as assets? Is that what you're saying? Like for the asset browser? That's what I'm assuming you mean, but you have to let me know if that's what you mean or not. Okay, we have to what do you think I should do for the background? For this background? Do you think I should just do like an image?
Trees?
But do you think I should do like an image? Like paint it? Like do like a
Polyhaven has a cliff.
does it?
Because I used it for that grave. For that
Grave of the Fireflies.
Grave of the refrigerator coming out from underneath the ground.
Oh, right.
That's what I use. I use the cliff.
So let's see, nature. Like these coastal rocks.
Middle. There.
This one,
Yeah.
coastal cliff.
Hmm.
You're right. All right, let's drop in a coastal cliff.
Coastal cliff.
Coastal cliff Belazinski.
Ooh, that was a close one.
That was a close still. That was a
Coastal
close
cliff.
still. Oh damn, that's pretty good actually. It's like right there.
Nice.
And we just needed to look from camera view. So if I go here, I just need to add a camera. Beep 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 boop boop
I guess you
boop
got-
beep beep beep.
Double it. There's like another cliff back there.
Yeah, I
I
can
think you just cut it in half.
fake
instead
that.
of having a,
Alright, let's see. Let's set up the scene.
you know, to finish the scene, I would just screenshot this
Yeah,
and put it in your scene.
Just
That's
put it
what
right on
was.
top.
just
that
plagiarism.
that'd be fun. That'd be really fun, dude.
Who are you getting sued by? What's his name?
Studio Ghibli.
What? Yeah, Kojima. What's he got to do
Kojima,
with
what
this?
is he doing? Get out of here, Koji.
Dude, Death Stranding. They're coming out with a second one.
Death
apparently.
Strangler.
Death Strangler. You got Note Strangler. You got Death Strangler.
Got Depth Strangler.
Death Strangler. It's the Death Strangler. That's cool.
I'm trying to just get the bridge, but I don't know if I'll be able
Dude,
to.
you can make that like a full circle, and then have it on a constant loop where he's like walking on a bridge.
Yeah, that could be a fun loop. That'd be something you would do.
Could do it.
Dude, you should do it.
I'm gonna do it. Give me this asset. Put it on Polyhaven. Make it an asset. How do you upload to something? Do you just like submit something to Polyhaven? Like, hey, I got this model.
They have a bunch of ways that they like to have. They have a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, something got. Was it a link? I think it was. I feel like you can't send links. I'm sorry.
Dang, so not
Oh.
even a picture of Link in Zelda.
Yeah.
It just gets redacted.
Sorry. Gets decimated.
Damn.
I need to figure out a new way. So okay. I'm just gonna have to turn this part off. The front part.
Yeah, that works.
Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh, you're in trouble.
Gonna pick up China. What? Dude, Marina, we just had food at a bar.
Oh, was it good?
It's very good.
Okay.
So full, I can't eat that. If anything, I'm dehydrated.
If anything, I'm in.
Thirsty.
Well, I'm hungry, so
Nope, can't eat. If I don't eat, you can't eat. That's what it do. Is it on a Bezier curve or something?
yeah, it is.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, damn, man.
Yeah, there's a curve right here. It's like hidden.
That's awesome. I like how it's not perfectly round. It's got like little.
Well, I'm trying to make it like flat, kind of, so that it doesn't. I mean, I'm trying to make it curved, but not too curved. It's kind of hard to. I think the camera might be too zoomed out. Maybe like 54.
Wait, where are you at? 24?
Yeah. I think like this.
Honestly, go to like
No. Wait.
100.
No, that's too high. I don't have enough like geometry to fill up that space.
No. I mean, like, if anything, you'll need less geometry if you're at 100.
Okay, hold on. I need to adjust this.
Because the wider you are, the more space you have to fill in. The more zoomed in you are, the less.
Make instance real. Why? Okay, it's got all these LODs.
Logs.
LOD nuts. Sorry.
Oh, logs.
Okay, I think I only need the first or like the highest LOD. Right, because it's just a background.
What's a log? Oh.
Level of detail?
Oh.
It's like 3 different level of details.
She's bluffing.
Oh, she is. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, flip it, and then I'm just looking here. I'm gonna use this camera setup to tricorder look. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you're right. That was kind of handy to do it that way.
Like, get a cliff asset.
Yeah.
What's up, Cliff?
What's up, Cliff?
Hey,
Hey,
is that Cliff?
is that Cliff?
Hey, is that Cliff in the background?
Cliff in the background. Is that Cliff? Is that Cliff from the future?
Cliff from the future. Don't leave me on a cliffhanger now.
Cliff Banger.
Cliffhanger. Is that Cliffhanger?
Is that
Oh,
Cliff?
that's a good name.
Is that-
Cliffhanger. Hi. Cliffhanger here.
Hi, Cliffhanger.
I'll leave you on red. I'll leave you on edge. Cliffhanger.
Is that Cliff Banger?
Who left you on edge again? Cliffhanger.
So I got trees. I also have like Botanic. I could use that. But I think Botanic can get a little like heavy. I think. Let's try adding some trees. I don't like doing trees in 3D because it can get very like
Bogged
crazy.
down.
It can get very crazy very fast. So I'll just make a plane.
Just get a tree texture and displace it. Just displace a highly textured tree.
Okay, I think I'll be able to. Let's see. Botanic, forest. No, I don't want a floor. Let's see, trees. Where's the trees at?
Does it have to be trees? What if you got broccoli? I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
What do you mean? What if I get broccoli?
Just find broccoli. Just find
I
the
don't-
broccoli asset. You got your tree right there.
I
It'll be
don't-
in the
I
background
don't.
too.
I don't think I want to do that.
Because think about it. This looks more like broccoli than it does a tree.
No, it doesn't.
I'm telling you. Just get broccoli. Look up on CG Traders. Turbo Squid.
Broccoli.
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 Broccoli. Isn't that Jet Li's like great great grandson? Brock.
No,
Broccoli.
that's the dude from Naruto.
Broccoli.
It
That's the
is.
guy from Pokemon.
I'm pretty
Broccoli.
sure that's his name. No?
It's Brock's last
Or is it
name in Pokemon.
Rockley?
I don't know. No, you're thinking Dragon Ball Z. Broccoli.
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Lee,
Dragon Ball Lee.
Dragon Brawly.
Jack. Oh, it was Brawly.
It was Brawly.
Not broccoli. Is that? Oh, it's broccoli.
Is that broccoli? Stop it. Stop it. Don't look it up. We're a Polyhaven family.
So they give me broccoli.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear me outside? Did you hear me outside when I came in?
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear me go, ma'am?
No.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, you need to open up the door.
Ma'am? Open up.
Ma'am, open that.
Ma'am.
I need you to have to open up the door.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
all
dun, dun,
pets.
dun, 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 dun. Okay. Look at these views. Isn't this interesting? It'll like go up and then it'll go down. And then I think like people come through and then they hang out and then they leave.
Could be.
And that's what's happening. It's $20. These I have these already.
This one's $4.
But these I have already.
Oh, let me go to free. Let me
Ew.
go to
It'll be
free
like a
for you.
photo scan, like a crappy photo scan.
An STL or something like that.
And a GLB.
A dot STL. What are those? Does that mean still?
I don't know what that stands for, but I think that's used for like 3D printing.
Hmm.
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 There you
Nope. That looks awful.
go. Yeah, nope.
That looks awful.
Yeah, there's like only 3.
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh shit.
I knew it. Is there houses? I don't think I'm gonna make houses.
You can easily make one.
Why do you say it like that?
You just use the treasure chest.
Just use the house maker modifier.
Use the baseball. Just displace it a little bit at the top.
I'm not gonna. Do you think I can make this pretty fast?
Yeah. Make a square. Divide it in half. Lift up the center.
All right. If we make one, I think we can just. I think if we make one, we can just duplicate it a bunch.
Well, you're gonna need to do one to duplicate it twice. You're gonna have to like make another square and like lift that up. Call it.
Ew.
What's it
Is
called?
that a burp? Gross.
Oh, I threw up. A little
I
bit.
threw up a little looking at your artwork. Herp. All right. Let's see. Am I making you bored?
No. Okay.
Yeah, those are like the.
How do you have you made presets in Blender?
Um. I don't know what a preset is.
I'm assuming it's bevel. Yeah, like what you mentioned before, the Polyhaven.
Oh, like an asset.
Library.
Asset.
Library.
Asset.
Library.
Asset library.
Asset library.
Yeah, I've made them. You just like right click on them. Like if you want to make this an asset, you right click, or you find it here. You right click, mark as asset,
Oh.
and then if you go to like current file, it's right there. See, it's pretty easy.
Well, damn.
Well, damn. What the hell is this? What did I do here? God damn it.
Nothing too good.
You asked me to make this house, I'm making it. Don't act bored now.
You don't even see that side. Cheat.
Fine. You don't even see that side. Alright, so this is just gonna get closed. Boop. Boop. Okay. God, it has that stupid roof thing. Can you see how it has like an, I have to get like insert. God damn it. Okay. Got an inset like this, and then
Oh, wow. Nice.
extrude along almost like this. It's kind of like a roof like that. Dun 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 dun. And then it's got a window.
A little wind.
A little window.
Ah, that's cool. That's funny. It's like a little eye trying to look for something.
Ah!
My
My eyes. My eyes.
My eyes.
Ooh, you know what I just realized? I can fix this. Boom.
Damn, nice. Look at that.
So this is gonna need a roof. Oops. I don't know, I can probably just take something from good old Polyhaven. Polygonal Haven.
Polygon.
They have roof.
They do have
what's
roof.
bitumen? What do we want?
Top the red one.
Dun, dun,
Perfect.
dun, dun, dun. Keep
Send
it. Ship it.
Ship it. Hit it. Ship it.
Why is this I don't know what's going on here, but I'm gonna leave it alone. And then this needs to have, wait, what? What's that? Oh, it's the displacement. Because the displacement's plugged in. I don't need that. Okay, so we got the roof, and we gotta make it blue. So we just plug in a simple hue, satch, change the hue to blue. Bring the satch down, bring the value down, and I'm gonna increase this. Okay, Not this thing. Needs a second material. Wait, where's the
I think it's just solid.
yeah, but you see it's not showing up. The box metal that I put on there, it's not here.
That is really weird. What happens if you make a new one?
What?
Whoa.
Where is it?
Wait, go to your node. Your is it in your is it in there?
Yeah.
Huh.
Dude.
Wait, but it's not connected to anything.
No, but but it's not applied. So if I apply this, but it's not here.
I think it glitched.
I think it did glitch.
Just because it's not there doesn't mean it don't exist. It has to be there. What happens if you add a new one?
I don't know. I'm just gonna have to go blind, I guess. I'm just gonna go blind.
Free ball.
We need like clay, I think.
Or like a stucco.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use like a ground kind of. Where is it? Like sandy gravel. Okay. And I'm gonna take the displacement off. This needs to get freaking color down there.
Let's turn it into a mirror.
Just gonna make it blue. Just gonna make a new material. Window. Just assign it. I'll make it blue. Kind of has like a shadow. It's weird.
Yeah, it does. I'm telling you, turn it into a mirror. See what happens.
Wow, 1 sec. Telling you.
I'm telling you, man.
Turn this into a mirror.
Or just turn the roughness down.
Oops.
Oh no.
Oh god, I don't know what I'm doing now. Select, okay. I guess that kind of works. Okay, we are gonna need to change the lighting on it too.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh, I see. It's coming from the left.
Yeah, it's like that. And so we'll take this.
It's like left and very top. Nice.
Almost done, dude. Don't be yawning yet.
No.
No yawning, dude. We're almost done.
My name's Yanni, dude.
No yawny.
No Yanni. Double Dutch Yanni, dude.
No yawny, dude. We're almost done.
Dude, no. No Yanni.
I don't know what that is. Oh, it's like just pieces inside. So you're not hungry? You're not gonna eat?
Oh, I'm so full.
Okay. I think it's just getting late now, so people are not coming in as much. Not popping
That's
in.
what she said.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wait. Okay, dude. For a second, I thought I was muted like the whole time. That would have been crazy. Dun, 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 dun. What is it playing though? What's playing this?
Is that Spotify?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Just like no copyright music stuff. Look, we've been going for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
3 hours?
We've been trapped. So we gotta make this part. right?
This is we can do square or elongate the bottom of that. And then, because that's like one solid color, and then just
This.
yeah.
And
Probably
bring,
just delete that roof.
just bring that down.
Oh shit, no. There it is. There it is.
There it is. Only thing is we don't have that shadow in there.
Bully in it?
Bullion?
Mullion?
Bullion? Bullion? Let's see. I added this.
Honestly, delete it.
Delete the delete the roof. Okay. Now
Just
what?
extrude it. Extrude that top part. And
Okay.
pull it out.
Like this.
Yeah. There you go. And then the fronts, you gotta extrude that shit. There you go. You got it.
There you go. Done.
Got him.
Got him.
Move that window.
Make that window. Yeah, gotta make the window.
Noise.
Noise.
I'd say it's like half. Half the building.
What is?
The window. It's like literally like split half down.
I'm gonna take this one. Put that over here. You're probably not even gonna see this, to be honest. Like
Not if
that.
you got Ghostface Killer in there.
Ghostface.
It's Ghostface. Oh, dude, you could turn that into Ghostface.
Ghostface what? Who is?
Like
Oh,
Scream.
like the Scream.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? I was actually thinking of doing this render, but in that same, like, him going like this,
Oh,
but still like
yeah.
have it look like that. Have it
Million views right there. Yeah.
a million views. DMCA copyright strike from Studio Ghibli like, immediately. Please get rid of this. We don't want to be associated with you.
The Guggenheim's gonna reach out. To
The
you.
Guggenheim?
You're gonna Goog on you.
Guggen Chew.
Guggenheim.
Guggenheim.
The Guggenheim.
Dude, the Guggenheim's gonna reach out to Taylor and be like, "Hey, we want to use your animation in our
We need to
promote." Yeah,
our museum, our fucking gallery, dude.
we're not making any good money. We're not relevant.
We invested in a scam coin. We're dying here.
We invested.
Crypto scam.
We got rug pulled on a crypto scam.
Bit scam.
We did a Guggen coin and we
Guggen
did
coin.
not pay off. I don't know what the materials are, dude.
Same materials. There you go.
I'm just gonna have to take this, separate it, and then. This is such a bad glitch. I can't see anything. Glitch. I'm gonna just separate this.
Did you just save and open it again?
I'm too lazy. There we go. There we go. Okay. Link materials. Okay.
Jeez.
Hold on.
Ancient.
Select. God. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna join this stuff with this, or with this. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to just close it and reopen it.
Dude, you did your best.
Did my best. I went as long as I could. Please.
Whoa.
Where is it?
What the fuck? It came. What? What did you do?
I X'd out of something.
Wait, close and open it up again. What the hell?
I don't know what I had open. I guess whatever I had open made it that I couldn't see those things. This dropped down. I had roof typed in here. Because I think I tried to name something roof and it didn't get named. And this might be a search. So I might be searching for roof.
Oh, son of a
So when I cleared the
bitch.
search.
Damn, it's that easy. It's always that easy.
Fuck my life. It's so.
Yeah, like-
I didn't even like mean to do that. I was putting in the name there to like title it.
Yeah.
Christ. Oh well. At least we know what we have.
Wow. Okay. That's
Dude,
annoying.
I'm glad you were here for that because I would have felt like so crazy. Okay, at least now we know what we can do. So we can do mirror, assign.
You would have had to end up like 50 different render elements.
I don't know what I would have done. I would have just tried to go without. Okay. So let's see how that looks. It looks weird. Like it looks kind of dead.
It's because like it's like super bright. Well, you need more light. It's like literally all the lights like hitting the front. You have so much shadow on your bridge.
Too much shadow. I also think that I can use a different.
HDRI.
Yeah, I can use the atmosphere plugin instead, and that'll give me like. Hopefully, it's doing its thing. It's thinking. Updating lights.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kojima's got nothing on this.
Kojima, dude, get out of my chat, Kojima.
Sending Snake over, dude.
Solid liquid snake.
Solid liquid snake.
Liquid
Solid
snake.
ghost face snake.
Snake face.
That's pretty cool, man. Actually, if you like did this scene like in different lighting.
I'm trying to change the preset because you can change like a more bright preset. Yeah, like that. There we go. Now I can actually.
Oh, they're back.
I think the camera is too high. Needs to be like a little bit lower.
Bring it down.
I just hate that you can see the horizon. Like I don't want to be able to see that horizon.
Yeah, bring it down.
Bring this up.
Like, see, like that horizon line. I guess technically is like right at that middle base.
Yeah, but you see it's too high here. I think
Yeah.
I gotta bring the horizon down somehow. The ground. Horizon offset. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can hear the GPU going because it's trying to render this.
Imagine if it was CPU. Okay, getting close. Bring it
Okay.
more. Bring the sun more down.
It's taking forever to update. Like down like this.
Yeah, like look, see how like the shadow, like your shadow is here, and it was like that dark. You want the shadow to be like right up.
It's
I
kind
don't know
of
if
like,
you can really see an Eevee.
I mean, I just don't know if it's gonna. I don't think I'd care enough to do it that way. It's just like taking forever to update.
Hmm.
You know what I should do? I should clear a bunch of like the elements and stuff.
What did you clear?
Just like the purge data. Food's
How'd you
here.
do that?
File, cleanup, purge unused data. And it'll just
Oh.
clean up a bunch of like.
Interesting. I gotta do that. I didn't know you could do that. Purge unused data.
One thing I want to try is I want to try to grab all this and do like a.
Yeah.
I just want to stretch it.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
just to like bring it way down.
There it is.
Yeah. And then let's put No Face in there. So I'm gonna save this. Grab No Face.
You gonna append it?
I think I should just be able to grab everything.
Ooh, look at that, man.
He's got shadow. That's fun.
He does have a shadow. He or she.
It's just a creature.
They have a shadow.
It's
oh,
a
that's so
creature.
cool. You got a shadow on there. Ooh, that's looking cool. Make it like it's like animated coming out from the ground.
it would.
Dude,
it would
that's
come.
So
it would.
fucking- No,
like show up like
it's
this.
going down on the ground. The gold is all that's left in the mask. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, like,
It's
just
gets
golden mask
disconnected.
left. Dude, this looks good, man.
Yeah, that turned out pretty good. I need to brighten it up, I think, but
Yeah.
as a final, that looks pretty good. I might try dropping in that. Should I try that HDRI again?
Before you do, go to the camera setting
Uh-huh.
or your color management.
Oh,
Yeah.
like down here,
And go to just turn up the exposure.
exposure.
Keep going. Like way, like 2 to maybe 3. Try 3.
Was pretty bright.
Keep going. Something like that. That's kind of what you want.
But it's like
I
blast.
know.
I can't see the colors anymore.
I mean,
I'll just,
don't use it, but just in terms of like,
yeah.
I
I'll
like
just-
how the bridge is.
I'll do one. Let me see if I can also bring all this stuff down.
You need a lot of trees.
Yeah.
Did you duplicate them or did you?
I just
instance?
instance them.
Nice.
I'm just gonna raise them up. You can hear my computer like turning on.
I guess that house is technically more up.
Let me grab this guy. The house is technically more up? What do you mean?
Yeah, like your house is like here. and
Oh,
there.
the background houses?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of works.
To the left. Yeah, looks nice.
I don't know if I can rotate it too much because of that crap,
edge.
just how crappily we made it.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah.
Stacy.
Right. Food's here. Food here. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I want to rotate the camera, like the light, a little bit more.
To the front.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get that fill.
Wait, here we go. I can see. There we go. Like, kind of like this. It needs to update.
Can you make your sky bluer? The ozone?
Potentially. Let's see, clouds, atmosphere,
Yeah, that's looking more like it.
color. This.
Maybe make it blue.
Not sure. Absorption. I'm not sure how it works. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm gonna turn it back to normal.
You know what might be making a resurgence back again?
Hmm.
SNL. It might be.
What do you mean
They've been
resurgence?
having some good comedy sketches that have just been seen pop up here and there recently.
Oh, okay.
Like current sketches. it's good.
All right,
Really,
I'm gonna
really good.
check them out.
If they keep it up, it might be like a 2010, 2011 kind of like
Oh, that's awesome.
resurgence, like when Justin Timberlake and
Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg
Yeah.
were on there. Yeah.
Dude, it's like kind of blurry behind him. I
You
kind of
want it blurry?
no, I like it though. I like it
Oh,
like that.
okay.
It's
Here on Jeopardy, we have Ghostface. Do you know the answer to this riddle?
no. The one thing I kind of messed up on is this. Just looks a little too stretched out. Oh, he looks cute.
It does. You did a good job with the face, man.
Yeah, I've been working on this pretty much like all day today.
How'd you do the eyes? Did you like bully in the
Yeah,
eyes?
just bullying.
Bullying. How do you say it? Bullying or bullying?
Bullying.
Who are you bullying?
Quit bullying me, dude.
Bullying, dude. Oh, nice. You put you did a little, damn it. Skeleton.
Yeah.
Freaking,
Rig.
yeah, you rigged him. That's awesome.
I did.
Rigged his arms. Rick and Morty.
Rig and Morty.
Now you gotta rig his hands, his little fingies.
They are rigged.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
With the little hands? Nothing, hey, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
See? I was like,
Did you model the hands or did you just?
no,
like,
I took them from
kit
like,
bash
I just
them?
took them from another model.
Okay.
Save myself the trouble.
Yeah, yeah. Nice, man.
All right, let's kind of position this guy. Food's gonna get cold.
Did you like weight paint him?
The sky, I don't know how I feel about the sky. I might have to just do it HDRI because it's like
Go
going,
do it.
it's going crazy on the machine.
Did you weight paint the hands and the fingers and stuff?
And it was just automatic. Yeah, just
Automatic weight paint?
yeah.
Nice. Hey, just
Um,
automatic
Yeah, just automatic.
weight paint.
This.
Let's give it a lot
That looks
weight
kind of
paint.
like creepy and like
Yeah, those like
I'm just trying to do like clouds. I think the exposure
Silent
is
Hill, like
the exposure is helping.
There it is.
Wait.
Ooh, you're getting close.
I'm gonna
You
rotate.
need, like you need a really harsh shadow.
Just trying to find like a just
Mm,
like this, like cloudy, like this.
simple.
It's kind of cloudy. Oh. Just clouds.
You,
This one? Yeah.
turn it a little bit. Hmm.
I think we can find like an angle that makes it look good. Like that kind of looks okay. I think yeah, I just need to bring this down. And what was the face? Would you say 100?
Yeah, zoom out.
Yeah.
Mm,
It makes him look small.
big.
Yeah, or big, yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, was good.
Yeah. Let's see. I do like the angle. Like I kind of like seeing him like. What about like depth of field? might need to punch the colors up in like at the end. What if we do AGX? Kind of feels a little bit punchier.
Wait a minute. Put this to 1. Ooh.
What?
Are those all your HDRIs?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Wait, go down. One more down.
AGX looks weird. Wait. Let me clear some stuff. These are kind of too sunsetty.
Go down a little bit. Like
I'm all the way at the bottom.
Oh, you are.
Yeah. I feel like
It's
this
here
one.
somewhere.
I feel like this one should do it.
I wonder why the sky's not so.
Oh, I'm
blue,
so dumb. I'm like covering it up. There we go. Whoops. Sorry, y'all. Sorry for covering the
though.
whole.
What were they saying?
Just our faces.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That was pretty bad.
I wonder if also I take this and I'm gonna make it blue, just to get some like reflected like light. You know.
Why are these maps are so blue? The HDRIs. Why isn't your skylight blue? That's what I don't get.
I don't know. Maybe like the rotation of it or something.
That shit should be blue. It's like gray.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the angle. I think it's the angle. Like the angle that it's showing it at. Like we're seeing the horizon. Uh-oh. That thumbnail looks cool.
It does.
I mean, we can go into like the we can go into the shader for the world, and we can like turn up the saturation or something, you know, just to boost it. No?
Oh, you need a mix, don't you?
I need to go in here, I think.
Yeah, keep that going. Keep going. More.
Okay, hold on. Now if we rotate it. That lighting is kind of nice. I think the exposure is just too high.
Oh, you have the sun on, don't you?
Did
That's what was making it weird.
did have the sun on, but I do like the.
Now I think if you start playing around with the HDRI maps now, you'll find a more better suitable one if you.
Okay.
The same food.
Yeah, I know. I just need something with clouds. Something like this. Okay, I like that. I'm just gonna turn up the saturation on it. Yeah.
So flat though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just like low res, I think.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Turn up
I'd make it more.
the strength.
A little bit more. Like 0.5. Yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah.
His shadow is so trippy. Alright, I'm gonna go with that, and then I'm gonna try one last thing before I render, which is I'm gonna add a depth of field. I'm gonna
Ooh,
stick
that's
it on
nice.
him.
Go to a 1.8. No, go to 1. 0.5.
It's pretty good, because the this is starting to get blurry too. I think I'm gonna stick
Humor
with
me.
no.
Do it. Humor me.
0.5.
0.5.
It's just the bridge and shit is starting to get blurry.
Oh, you know what? No, go to 1, and then just push that shit back, and then expand it.
Oh, push this back?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you need to do. It's so close.
True.
Wait, miss a tree. Keep going back. Keep that shit back. There you go.
Now I want to turn him a little bit. That good?
Yeah.
Let's render that.
Have him turn his back and you say something, he just turns around like, hey, bitch.
Wait. Go.
Hey, yo, bitch.
He just turns into a creature, kills you immediately.
Oh my god.
Alright, let's render that.
You can
All
do
right.
a lot of cute things with this.
Cute. Aw. Is it rendering at 37,000%?
37,000.
Alright, we're gonna render this. But yeah, thanks for everyone for hanging out. This was fun to make. Keep a lookout for this on my socials and everything like that. So I'm gonna post this to socials when I'm done. And Inktober, I probably missed it today, but I'll try. I was gonna try to make this like black and white or something, so I think I might be able to have fun with it there.
He's made out of ink anyways. It counts.
Yeah, I'll make him black and white. I think that would count on some level. All right, guys. I did like 3 drawings yesterday, so we'll see. See you, Simon. See you, Kiki. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Adios.
See ya. Have a good night.